Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done. What a great night. We got Devin Gardner with us tonight at the University of Nebraska. 2 undefeated teams, 400th consecutive sellout. Josh Sims is here, and some other guy named Brando. How do you do? Let's get her done. Go Big Red!
Try 62 years of loyalty. In America's heartland, college football is king. And tonight, the Nebraska Cornhuskers are ranked again, and they're playing another ranked opponent, the Fighting Illini. We will present to you one of the greatest scenes in college football. They are, in fact, a top 10 brand, and tonight you're going to see that they are worthy of such branding. With Devin Gardner, I'm Tim Brando. Partner, last week was phenomenal. Yeah. Tonight is going to be even better. 2 tremendous quarterbacks, but Dylan Raiola is the goods here in Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, all around town, the talk has been about this boy's, and frankly, all around the country, they've been talking about this young quarterback that has steadied the ship. He's kind of a revelation for Nebraska, and when you dive into the film, it doesn't take long to see what they're talking about. We looked at the film. His very first drive, he showed everything you want. Arm talent. Second and 30, you drop him back, navigate that ball with a layer throw right to his player, and then off-schedule creativity. 3rd and 11, he moves around, and then he shows that Patrick Mahomes-like flair that we love to see, the sidearm to complete a first down. And then it's first down. What are you going to do? A little savvy veteran there. Get him off sides, and then he throws the ball catchable so he can get the pass interference call. Their NFL team still trying to get their guys to do it just like Aaron Rodgers, and he's showing all of that skill. But his toughest test tonight is going to be against a ranked Illinois football team with a veteran quarterback of their own in Luke Altmaier.
Indeed, and you're going to hear about Luke from our own Josh Sims when we come back. It is game night in Lincoln, Nebraska. What could be better?
I just love the way the light beams in, but I got better news. I'm fearing Friday again. I got a fear dealing. It's a Friday spark. You only love me like you mean it when it's after dark.
The following is a presentation of the Big Ten Conference.
I sure hope you're warm at home, because we are here in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's Go Big Red time. And with the story on Luke Altmaier, the 3rd member of our broadcast team, the one and only Josh Sims.
Well, Tim, it is no secret Luke Altmaier had his struggles last season, most notably throwing 10 interceptions. But after catching up with the coaching staff, it is clear he is a completely different quarterback. And Luke told me it was not a talent issue last year. It was about understanding that he has the physical tools and the mental capability to command an offense at this level. Well, so far this season, he has protected the ball, has not thrown an interception. And Tim, when you talk about big game experience, remember, this kid in his Ole Miss days started in the Sugar Bowl as a freshman against a very good Baylor team.
Yeah, they had a big-time injury that many may recall, and he was pressed into duty. Ethan Michalski will kick it away. Illinois won the toss, deferred. Nebraska is ready to receive, and we're underway with a touchback. And Dylan Raiola will bring his team out to the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at its own 25.
There he is. Freshman from Beaufort, Georgia. But oh, by the way, the lineage to Lincoln, Nebraska through his family genes is strong. Look at that completion percentage. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, he's going to see some things defensively tonight from this defensive coordinator, Aaron Henry, that you know so well, that will be exotic and new to him. How well does he handle it? That's the question. Dante Dowdell is behind him as the setback. And they bring one receiver in motion. That's Jamal Banks. Over the middle and caught. It's a first down out to the 42-yard line. Jalen Lloyd, number 19, on the receiving end, a 17-yard gain.
It's a very nice job of Lloyd just getting down the field and across to the other seam. The seams are where you can attack versus a single high defense, and they're doing a good job of it to start.
Playing with tempo, Dowdell a power back. He explodes through the hole. Matthew Bailey comes up, the leader of that secondary, the strong safety. He is a hitter making the stop.
Tim, when I talk about the seams of the defense, right, up the hash on the one side of the middle high safety and on the other side of the middle high safety, it doesn't really matter how you get to it. As long as you get there, you can do it from across the field or you can just do it vertically.
Ramir Johnson checks in, and he'll be a safety valve. They're looking to check it down to him, and it's disrupted beautifully by the defender who came up right away, Caleb Patterson, to knock him down. This offense, the 5th oldest offensive line in college football. They've been around. Ben Scott can really play. Outstanding senior. Ben Hart, a tremendous tackle, and Corcoran, the other tackle, get the job done as well with Evans and Lutovsky at the guards.
It's an early 3rd down. It looks like Illinois is going to play man-to-man and try to put pressure on them.
They need 7 for the first down. Over the middle, that pass thrown a little behind Isaiah Nayer. And it'll be 4th down, so the Illini get a stop after 1 first down.
You nailed it, partner. The one thing that Dylan Raiola is going to see today that he really hasn't seen is these defenders are going to be right near his offensive players, and that ball has to be in front. He has space. Nayer has an open angle to catch the football, but he's just a tad bit behind. And when I talked to the defensive coordinator for Illinois, he said that we're going to try to speed him up. We're not going to allow him to drop back and just play comfortable the way he's played to this point in the season.
Brian Buscini will punt it away. Hank Beatty is back deep. Beautiful punt taken by Beatty. He is popped hard as he gets beyond the 22 to the 23-yard line. As you might imagine, the keys to this one sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay, and they are crucial keys.
Yeah, for Illinois, you have to control the middle. That's in the pass game and in the run game on the offensive side of the ball. They're going to have a disadvantage with their center, Josh Cruz, who they really like. But the big guys up front, Nash and Ty Robinson, they're going to be able to push that pocket, so you have to control the middle. And for Nebraska, you have to stick to the plan. Like we talked about, Dylan Raiola is going to see some things that he just hasn't seen before, but he has an opportunity to just go through his progressions and make it happen.
Altmaier, junior from Starkville, Mississippi, but he moved up north to play in Oxford with that huge quarterback room and decided to find greener pastures in Illinois. Up the gut, Caden Fagan, number 3 carries, runs right into number 5, the linebacker, John Bullock, one of the senior leaders of this team from nearby Omaha, Nebraska. Aiden Lawfery will be able to play tonight. He's been out due to injury, but he'll be coming in a little bit later on. Caden Fagan gets the start in the backfield behind Altmaier. 2nd down and 8. Get it out of there quickly. Little out pattern to Zachary Franklin, the senior from Dallas, Texas.
And that's exactly what they want to do. They want to create those one-on-one situations and allow Franklin to go one-on-one. That's a timing route. There's no way the pass rush gets to Altmaier before that ball is out. Outstanding timing by those two.
3rd down and a yard to go. Bring in the extra tight end. Play fake, and he's going for it all there. Back shoulder throw, and it's caught by Bryant. Beautiful call off that play fake. That one was well covered, though. The pass had to be perfect, and it was.
This is what Josh talked about. This is a 3rd and 1 situation in your own territory, and they're going to go up top to a guy who they said was really good last year, but now he's taking the next step, and he is a real ball player out there. Pat Bryant with the big catch.
So they're inside the 40, and they go to the tight end, Tanner Arkin, young man that's come a long way out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Transferred from Colorado State. Deshaun Singleton, the strong safety, tackles him after a gain of 10 and another Illini first down.
Tim, you've got to love the confidence they put into Luke Altmaier, and Josh talked about it. He's a different quarterback this year. You wouldn't have seen that kind of trust last season.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. They love Franklin and Bryant, 2 outstanding wide receivers, will challenge these corners of Nebraska. Fagan burrows ahead for about 3 to near the 27-yard line. Bullock coming up to make the stop. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
You can see that Illinois is moving quickly, and they're in that first 15. And when we talked to defensive coordinator for Nebraska, Tony White, he said we have to try to weather that storm. They do a great job in their opening plays, and you can see it on display right now.
Again, getting around it quickly, a bust. It's open, it's Bryant, it's touchdown. That'll quiet this crowd. 5th touchdown for Bryant.
I think I just said it a few plays ago. A different dude, and was good last year. Watch the double move. He just sticks his foot in the ground and goes vertical. He sails that he's going to go on the out route, but he doesn't even pull his eyes back. He has such poise in his route, gets vertical, and an easy throw for Luke Altmaier.
That is a quality corner, too, Tommy Hill, that he deked on that maneuver for the touchdown. David Alono tried for the extra point. You know, Barry Lunny, the offensive coordinator, told us that Bryant's always been good, but this year he's taken his game to a whole new level.
A different dude.
Yeah, I'd say he had Hill grasping for air.
Oh, yeah.
In that one-on-one situation.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, quiet down, Big Red. Quiet down. Fox College Football is sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. Well, Bryant with his 5th touchdown this season, that ties him for 2nd most in the FBS with Colorado's Travis Hunter. I know you've heard of him, and LSU's Kyron Lacey. Most in the Big Ten.
It's so cool to see a player who was already a talented player but doesn't rest on his laurels and comes back with a vengeance the next season.
Corey Barney will let that one go through, and again, Nebraska will take over. This is the first time they've come out for their 2nd possession, not having scored on their opening possession.
Yeah, we talked about how it's going to be a little different for Dylan Raiola. He's going to see things he's never seen before. He has to just stay the course, continue to trust on all your training, and get through your progressions the way he has all season, and it'll take you to the right throw. Your feet and eyes will take you to the correct throw.
This is a stunned crowd. As you might expect, they're accustomed to being ahead and ahead by a lot. Ramir Johnson is the setback. Quick pitch to him. And he'll cut it back up. Pick up about 4 on the play. That's Pat Farrell, number 52, the defensive end. Tremendous freshman out of Oaklawn, Illinois, making the stop. 2nd down and 6. Raiola completed that 17-yarder on the first play from scrimmage. Plenty of time now running out of it, and he's in trouble and down back at the 24. That's a coverage sack. Alec Bryant, number 3, comes through there to get him, the junior out of Houston, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, these defensive backs are going to be near his wide receivers, and they are all in position, and it gives Alec Bryant a chance to work his pass rush moves and get to the quarterback. An outstanding job of playing zone that kind of looks like man.
Yeah.
Zone that kind of looks like man, and Pat Bryant is relentless in his pursuit to make sure he gets to Raiola.
Yeah, they were primarily a man team. Aaron Henry told us that's what he wanted to play, but now this zone package has been devastating. That pass is caught. What a high point of the ball by Jamal Banks. He climbed the ladder to pick that one up, and it's a 1st down, Cornhuskers.
That's the luxury of having a big, tall receiver. Even though those defenders are right next to him, he can sky up and go get this ball. A really nice route by Banks as well. Look at the pocket, and then you have Raiola driving that ball where his guy can get it. That's a big, strong combat catch.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Tight end is in motion, and they come back the other way, hoping those linebackers would have vacated off the motion. They did not. Seth Coleman, the outside backer, he is a real leader of this team. He is the counter stopper of counter stoppers.
Oh, yeah, he's an edge setter if there ever was one. Watch him secure the edge, make sure he keeps that outside arm free. There's no way you're getting outside, and he stops it before it can get started.
2nd and 9. Little sidearm swing. Out to Banks. Gets a lot of the yardage they needed for a third and manageable. It'll be third down and a long 4 coming up.
This is such a good job by Banks because he knows that he's going against a bit of a smaller defensive back. He gets up on him, creates separation, and allows for the ball to be thrown down and away. But how about this young defensive coordinator, Aaron Henry, who's done such a good job with this defense, and he says the communication is so much better in year 2, and he's a much better play caller in year 2.
What a special guy he is. We'll talk more about him later. Raiola with time. There it is, the tight end, Fedoni. If you talk to Matt Rule, he'll tell you, as good as Raiola is, this guy may be the key, the real key to his offense.
Oh, yeah. If you got 2 high safeties, you want to get a guy to the middle. And who better to get there than Thomas Fedoni, 6'6", 255 pounds, huge catch radius, goes up, catches that ball, and a nice throw by Dylan Raiola.
1st and 10 from the Illini 40. Raiola with a little pump fake. Now checks it down to Dowdell. He went right through. Oh, there's a late flag coming down. See what that's all about as Matthew Bailey stuck him. He went right through Shiloh Sanders early and hurt him in that game with Colorado and sent a message. He explodes through the defender as well as any back you'll see.
There is no foul for a late hit.
Well, they picked up the flag. Greg Bloom lets us know. Our replay official, by the way, is Mike Conlon. Good to see him again. He's working with the replay center that the Big Ten now has in place. Matt Rule sort of agreed with that, I think. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Right now you can see Illinois lining up in that man-to-man defense, but it doesn't always stay man. They go to zone.
Uh-oh, look out. Barney, and it was snuffed out again, and another marker comes down after the play. Caleb Patterson, the corner, stayed home.
It could be a block in the back, but this is outstanding. It looks like it's man-to-man coverage, and then they go to a zone with the corner in the flat, right? So he stays down. He doesn't back up.
There's no foul for blocking the back. The player made the tackle. They're down.
Right,
well,
but such a good job by Illinois and Aaron Henry in this defense because you show the appearance of man. You run with guys in motion, and then you drop into a zone where your corner is the flat player. Well, his job is to stop anything that comes down there. So when that play comes to him, he's there to make it, and he defeats the blocker right away.
That was a good piece of officiating. It was the back judge that came running up with the flag, and then they realized right away that the man that for whom was believed to have been guilty had actually made the tackle, so they wisely picked it up. 2 times in a row, though. Tough for the Nebraska fans to handle, and Banks takes another tremendous out pattern for an 8-yard pickup and a 1st down, and across the field. That tells you what a big league arm he's got.
Oh, without question. He's from the right hash all the way outside the numbers on the money. A perfect throw and a good recognition knowing that this time when they do chase, it is man-to-man coverage. And when you motion a guy, it's tough to cover a guy in motion when you get to that out route.
He has developed himself like a pro. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Works with Mahomes' quarterback guru coach in the offseason. Oh, look at this move by Banks. Jamal Banks is down to the 20. Very close to the necessary yardage for the 1st down. Dylan Rosiak, the Mike linebacker, 28 with the tackle.
I absolutely love what offensive coordinator Marcus Satterfield is doing with motion. You use motion to try to give a key of what the defense will be, and you put your receivers in advantageous positions with defensive backs trying to catch up late.
Caleb Patterson went down to a knee, and they got the timeout. Fans don't like it. I think that this is something we see a lot in the college game.
Try to slow things down.
Oh, yeah. Needed a breath.
You know what we see here early is Illinois' defense playing a game of chess, trying to make sure they confuse Raiola. And to this point in the game, it's even. I think Raiola's figuring them out sometimes, and Illinois is making sure they figure Raiola out. Now, the one thing that if you're Raiola, you have to know, you're in the red zone. You have an opportunity to get points. Do not make a mistake here and give the ball away.
Matt Rule is one of the really good communicators in our game.
He is.
In every aspect, but particularly with the officials. 2nd down, a yard to go. 10th play of the drive. Dowdell the setback. And he runs into a stone wall. I mean, that is just orange crush. T-Raw Edwards, number 23, the nose tackle. Hard to miss him. 6'2", 305 from Groveport, Ohio.
That was good.
Nothing doing.
That was good by Edwards. T-Raw said, no chance.
So we'll do it again on 3rd and 1.
And they're free to do this because they're in a man-to-man defense down here tight towards the red zone.
Harburg, who also is a quarterback, goes into the slot in motion now. He started a lot last year. It's Dowdell trying to get there. It'll depend on the mark. He went over the top. It looks like the officials are going to give him forward progress to the 19, which should be the first down.
Yeah, the jump over did it. He got the line to gain. You can see him here. He's going to get it. He's going to jump over. He gets stoned right away, but his forward progress is stopped in the air, and then they push him back. That's a nice job by the officials, seeing where that ball goes and then making sure they spot it there as he starts to get pushed back.
Ramir Johnson, number 14, replaces him. On first down. Look at that poise back there. Checks it down to Johnson again. I mean, he is just so cool. Rosiak shoves him out of bounds. Negligible gain to the 16, but boy, Raiola just is he belies his age in that pocket. He never gets flustered.
He knows where his help is, and we talked to Matt Rule. He said he hasn't seen a kid that prepares the way he does. That time he got through 5 reads, right? You go 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and his 5th was the check down. He gets the ball to him, and it's a minimal gain, but it's a positive gain.
Plenty of time, and again, he waits for the check down to Johnson. Ramir has it to the 5, and it's 1st and goal. Matt Bailey the stop.
Again, Tim, watch his eyes. He goes to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, and then this is the 5th read to the running back, and this is a pass-catching running back that is a 3rd down type of scat back that they love to get the ball to in space, and you can see why.
We're talking about Marcus Satterfield. Has ties to the Tennessee area, came over from South Carolina where he'd worked with Coach Beamer. This is a really good pickup for him, and of course with Raiola now at quarterback, it's amazing how different this Nebraska team looks offensively from the one we saw a year ago when they won 5 games. The Illini get a timeout with 1st and goal coming up. And when we return, we'll see if they can cash in and tie this baby up. They stopped Raiola for the first time on a first drive, but the second drive is lasting a while. They're looking to cash in and tie it up. Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect the stuff you love with Renters Insurance. Now the Illini scored their opening drive. That's right, 400th consecutive sellout. Right underneath that S, I believe we'll find Larry the Cable Guy and his group. And during this streak, every 50, they win. Every 50. So the gods should be on their side when trying to get to the 400th, but right now they're trailing by 7. 1st and goal. Dowdell will turn it. Illinois so good up front. They are really strong in the middle. Whether it's T-Raw or they bring Jeremiah Warren in from time to time, but those linebackers are so good and so quick in stepping up.
Yeah, they do a really good job, and I think this 2nd down is a perfect opportunity to give that heavy run set like you see now and stick that ball in the pocket of the running back, take it out, make a throw into the end zone.
You got to respect Dowdell because he's such a punishing runner. He's back there with him.
There you go.
There it is. Fade pattern for Nair. No marker. A lot of jousting there from Terrence Brooks.
And I love that it's no marker because you can see both of them initiate contact with each other at the same time. Both hands reach out. They try to fight. You got to let them play. Very nice job by the referees not throwing a flag on that play and allowing them to play.
Such a big difference for those of you that watch games on Sundays between what's allowed in the NFL versus what's allowed in college. But I'm with you, partner. I think at this level, Aaron Henry had the right idea. Just chunk them as much as you want. And it's 3rd and goal. Amir Johnson now the setback. Rayola. Oh, he went out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Raymir Johnson was out of bounds, tried to get back in, but even then could not pull it off, and it's 4th down.
They're going to get to the sideline and look at those iPads, and Dylan is not going to be happy. The defender falls down, and he has him right away. Raymir Johnson is wide open. He trips over the foot of number 24, Fedone, and he's open. He just doesn't have the awareness of where he is on the field, runs out of bounds, and now you have to settle for 3.
Tristan Alvano, who normally handles the field goal kicking, can't go tonight, so John Hold, number 90, who handles the kickoffs, will handle this field goal try, just 21 yards. And he puts it through. A long and productive drive, but not at all what those men wanted. It's 7-3.
Welcome back to Lincoln, where Nebraska put points on the board, but they left a few on the board, and it's because Cochran was not ready when the ball was snapped. Watch him here. He's not prepared, and then you get Raiola super rush. He's trying to get through his reads, and then he's late. And if you're a senior running back like Raymir Johnson, you have to help your quarterback. You cannot run out of bounds. You have to understand where you are on the field and just wait, post up, and allow that ball to get to you. But the problem was your tackle wasn't ready.
Indeed, and then that insult to injury, Corcoran got hurt on the field goal, so he could be in trouble at left tackle. That's an 18-play drive, 8:39 off the clock, and they have to settle for 3. Here's Wilcher, Lanari Wilcher with the return for the Illini. Starts your Saturday strong. The Buckeyes juggernaut makes their big noon debut. Look how many people it takes to get those guys ready.
No, that's nothing like what we do.
No,
right? You do your own stuff, don't you?
Absolutely. I wouldn't trust anybody with my makeup. It all starts at 10 a.m. with the best pregame party in football, live from Columbus. Special guest Ryan Day, Coach Prime will be live. Plus the guys break down why Nebraska could be Ohio State's toughest opponent coming up. I know Joel Klatt is really sold on the Cornhuskers getting to Columbus 7-0. But first things first. Passes for Aiden Lawfrey. They are really happy to see him back in action. Cleared for this game. Didn't start, but they expect him to play.
They're happy to see him back, but I probably think they're not happy to see him catch that because it was 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So 2nd down and 12. Right in the seam, right where you want it from Altmaier. That ball is on the ground. Look out. Nebraska may have it. Singleton recovers it. Just a beautiful pass, but then John Bullock, number 5, the linebacker, strips it away. And Deshaun Singleton, the strong safety, right where he had to be.
What a nice play here by Altmaier. The ball's perfect. It's where you want it. And then watch 5 coming to scream, give me that. Takes the ball out, and the Cornhuskers are there to recover the ball. Number 8, Deshaun Singleton. What an outstanding job of taking that ball away.
He's always around it, that's for sure. Tied for the team lead in tackles. Had 6 big ones against Colorado. That was one of those where we'll just get it back.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they need to do. This is an Illini team that's +9 in the turnover category. Here goes Dowdell, bursting through the seam inside the 25. 14 yards.
It's an outstanding job by the Cornhusker offensive line getting to the 2nd level, but number 28 in white, Dylan Rosiak, he blocks himself. Watch him get outside and not in position. That's his gap. He has to be there to make that play. He's not there, and it's a nice game for the Cornhuskers.
Dowdell checks back in. He'll tote it. Not much to do, really, inside that A and B gap. I mean, they are sound in there. Dennis Briggs, the defensive end, senior from Kissimmee, Florida, making the tackle of Dowdell.
And you know this offensive line, like you said, they're going to be sound. And if you're Illinois, you can't block yourself, right? You got to be in position, force them to block you, because this Dowdell, this number 23 in red, he is an explosive, dynamic athlete that can hit the home run.
2nd down and 6. Banks has come in. He's been a favorite target for Raiola early on. Nair to the bottom of your screen. Here they come the other way with Isaiah Nair. Another 1st and goal for Nebraska.
Love it, love it, love it. Offensive coordinator Mark Satterfield has the Illinois defense going left, going right, going left, going right, giving him something one direction and then bringing Nair around the other side.
Against this offense, you have got to cover the width and the depth of the field. We talked about Marcus. He had the audacity to ask me what was my most memorable game in college football.
And people at home won't believe this. You were speechless.
I was stumped. I had to think about
There's
it.
There's no way
I was
Tim
stumped.
Brando was speechless.
There have been so many. Look out. Rolling right in the end zone. Touchdown, Isaiah Nair.
The way that the young freshman, Ja'Cory Barney Jr., affects the defense, everybody shifts when he's in motion. And watch Nair just kind of mows his way to the back of the end zone. And at home, when you're throwing to the back of the end zone, you want it hairline. I like to call it to a top of a tall afro so your big, tall receivers can go get it, and there's no harm or danger.
Back to the barber shop.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Hold for the extra point. That's Dillon's 6th touchdown pass and Isaiah's 3rd touchdown catch. Perfectly done. Such poise. Folks, don't blink. This one's going to be special. All Friday night long on Fox.
You hear that?
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. Very expressive Dylan Raiola pumping up his guys. That's true leadership. Look at the time of possession. Illinois scored very quickly with tempo and pace in that opening series, and the takeaway was huge to lead to that touchdown with a short field. Kadari Wilcher in single safety. And here he goes from his 6. Look out, he's got the edge. Stepped out. They're going to rule that he stepped out right at the 30-yard line. Let's go back to that touchdown play.
I just love what Marcus Satterfield is doing to Illinois' defense. He's making them see things. You get Banks going in motion, and then you're going to have Ja'Cory Barney hidden behind the left tackle. Right now, they can't see him. So you got motion, and then it messes with the defensive eyes. You get Barney in the flat, and it clears it out for Nair right behind. Outstanding design and a nice job of recognition by the young Dylan Raiola.
Josh McCray is in the backfield for the first time. They'll use 4 of them, the Illini, before the evening is done. Sprint out action. Altmaier can run it, but that's a beautiful pass. That RPO is a specialty of his. Colin Dixon, number 17, the freshman.
Yeah, you got offensive lineman down the field pretty far as well.
Yep.
Anytime you have that RPO where you hold on to the ball, it always allows for the offensive lineman to get down the field.
Ineligible downfield. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Zy Chrysler, the right guard. By the way, in the early days of the RPOs, officials missed that call a lot more often than they do now.
Yeah, they're aware of it right now. You're going to see he's there. He's at the point of attack. Nobody to block, so he tries to go look for work, right? He's just moseying down the field. And at this point, he looks like a pass catcher. A big one, I might add.
Indeed. I think they may have an offside. This could be a free one for Altmaier. Looking for some help. Fires away, and it's caught by Dixon again. And he's wrestled down just past the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 6. Cameron Lennart, number 11, with the tackle. I think we may have a flag down. Let's check it. Yep, because of that offsides that we saw earlier, but was he induced? We'll wait and see. They're talking with Brett Bielema about it.
It's a long conversation about offsides. He's trying to figure out he's going to take the penalty or not. I think they're going to go back to first down, so 1st and 5.
Yep.
1st and 10.
Offside. Defense, number 11, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. First down. Will extend the quarter for one untimed play.
Bonus coverage of the first quarter coming your way. One untimed play coming up.
It was a new rule that was added that at the end of quarters that are not a half or the end of the game, they won't do the untimed down and they'll go into the next quarter.
Yeah, they actually are taking the break through the end of the quarter. We're already in a commercial zone, so we will go with them.
How about that flyover?
You know, I think Larry, the cable guy, worked that out for us.
Oh, yeah.
That we would have a flyover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Second corner coming up.
We begin the second quarter before 86,936 screaming Cornhusker fans in this, the 400th consecutive sellout. Altmaier with time. Markers down. Pass is caught by Zachary Franklin for the first down. We'll check the marker after a 13-yard gain.
It's thrown in the area of hands to the face. I didn't see a holding, so it could be a hands to the face.
Looks that way.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face. Defense, number 55. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
And that offensive line did a really good job of protecting the quarterback. They got some double teams there, and you can see Jackson's just fighting for his life, trying to get skinny and get through, and his hands just get a little bit too high, so they add that to an already nice play by Luke Altmaier.
That was Vincent Jackson, number 55, that got tagged. First and 10 against this 3-3-5 defensive alignment. Tony White. Oh, beautiful run here by McCray. As jitterbugs his way inside the 35 to the 34 for a gain of 8 in the arms of John Bullock.
Take a look at the right guard, Chrysler. He almost overplays it, but then fights his way back to make sure that Prince Will cannot get to the running back, in a nice vision by McCray.
You love P. Will.
I do.
Prince Will Umongnialan, number 18, a tremendous pass rusher. Comes in for M.J. Sharman at that jack linebacker spot. There's Tony White. Got that defense from the days with Rocky Long, the 3-3-5. McCray spun down at the point of attack. May have gotten a yard. Ty Robinson, part of that leadership committee up front, the 310 senior out of Gilbert, Arizona, with the stop. Talk about a load that guy is.
My goodness, he is a monster.
And we've got an injured player. That may be McCray. Yep, he's slow getting up. Looks like it may be in the lower extremities.
Yeah, the nether region.
Yes, yes. As an old first baseman that had to scoop up a few short hops, I know that feeling. Third down and a yard to go coming up. So far, Altmaier has really been up to the task of dealing with this crowd. This is a quarterback, as Josh mentioned, that's played in big games before while at Ole Miss, particularly the Sugar Bowl.
And this offensive line hasn't gotten great push, right, which is what you need here. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get Altmaier on the edge.
Play fake. Boy, he had his tight end, but he decided to tuck it and run, and he'll usher himself out with a first down at the 28 of Nebraska.
It's a great call because you're not getting a bunch of push in the middle. Give him a fake and allow your quarterback to get outside, and there's a flag on the field.
Yeah, right at the line of scrimmage. Here again is Greg Bloom.
Personal foul, grasping and twisting the face mask. Defense, number 9. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Ty Robinson gets tagged.
Number 64 for Illinois may remain in the game. He lost his helmet through foul.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty.
Sure is.
Because for Altmaier, he does a nice job getting on the edge. And you said the tight end was open. I wouldn't throw it either. Make sure you go get the first down with your legs. If you can see it, go get it. And then you get extra yards yet again on this drive with another personal foul.
That's a net gain of 20 yards. 7 on the play, 13 by way of penalty. Out of the shotgun. McCray back in. So
man-to-man coverage at the bottom of your screen there, Pat Bryant.
And McCray in motion. Pass is thrown behind him. Could be a lateral, so he picks it up. They did call it incomplete, though. Bullock was over there with him. So an incomplete forward pass was the call. Well, the matchup substitution pattern is evident, is it not?
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
It's a really good job by Bullock, who already made a play in this game, taking the ball away, getting his hand in the passing lane, and making sure that ball can't be completed.
Yeah, he got it, the deflection.
He's got great hands.
2nd and 10. Fagan runs right into Tommy Hill. As the bell rings, you know it's 3rd down in Lincoln's Memorial Stadium. Well, these fans, they are well choreographed, aren't they? They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down, the Illini. Caden Fagan remains the setback. The extra tight end has joined Tanner Arkin. Trips to the top of your screen. That little teacup formation.
Zachariah Franklin.
Uh-oh, look out. Altmaier tripped up. That's a saving tackle made by Jamari Butler, number 1. Otherwise, Altmaier is at least inside the 5 and maybe in a position to score. It'll be 4th down and 5.
That's a nice job of them recognizing that bunch coverage and knowing that they're not going to have a lot of time in the defensive end. Does a nice job of getting the quarterback depth and then making sure he spins back to make sure Altmaier can't get down the field, because I'm just telling you, Altmaier hasn't used his legs much to this point in the season, but it's something he really is good at.
This will be a 26-yard try for David Olano. And he boots it through. He's now 7 out of 8 in that category, and we are tied. This was going to be a dandy all the way through. Ten to 10 our score. Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 160 years. There you have it. Altmaier has been dynamite. So too has Raiola, each living up to the advanced billing.
I love to see an older guy and a younger guy, you know, just doing what they do, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody like that?
Well, you just keep trying to fool them. You know, that's what you try to do. The longer you're in this business, you'll figure that out, partner.
Yes, sir.
Here is Ja'Cory Barney. Now they head past the 25 to the 28. Let's go down to Josh Sims.
Well, Tim, it's been an unexpected journey for Isaiah Nair, starting his career at Wyoming, then heading to Texas. Thought he found a home there, suffers an injury that ends his season, winds up here at Nebraska. He said it's been a bumpy road, but you never know what's expected, and that journey has made me a better player. I created this relationship with Dylan Raiola. It is a great one, and he's got a really good quarterback throwing to him. We saw that on that last drive.
Yeah, spent some time in lovely Laramie, Wyoming. Leads the team in all 4 receiving categories. That's 6 big catches in that opener against UTEP. And Dante Dowdell forges ahead for a couple on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
That play is kind of a feeler. They had a RPO attached with the tight end coming down and then going back out in the flat, and he's wide open. Raiola didn't throw it right there, but you don't want to mess around with the miss points. See what happens, and you'll be able to come back to that play.
They actually gave him 1 more yard, so 2nd down and 7. They go with 4 wides, and Emmett Johnson in the game for the first time, number 21. We'll even see Gabe Irvin, another youngster from Buford, Georgia, later on. Over the middle in the seam. Beautiful catch. Ja'Cory Barney had to know he was going to get tagged. And he was. But he stood tall and reeled it in from Raiola.
Tim, that's a true freshman getting down the seam, looks off the safety, and then boom! The catch, the tackle, that is the paradigm of what a combat catch is. A catch where you're making the catch, but you're also being hit at the same time. How about the true freshman?
Yeah, and a great stick by Miles Scott, too, and legal. He has been a real ball hawk back there with all those interceptions for the Illini. First down now. Raiola serving. And a little comebacker. He's got such confidence in Thomas Fudoni. That was going to be ruled incomplete. It was a little bit low. But let's take a look at that previous catch, that seam route we were talking of.
I mean, it deserves another look. The quarterback does a nice job of looking the safety off just enough and then coming back to the seam. And, I mean, that is about as good a catch you're going to see today, tomorrow, even on Sunday.
Even on Sunday, huh?
You'll be busy on Sunday.
I will be busy on Sunday. Thanks. You're keeping up. 2nd and 10. Ramir Johnson. Inside the 40 to the 39 for a gain of 9. James Kreutz, number 41, making the tackle.
Such a nice job by Ramir Johnson getting behind those big offensive linemen and almost hiding.
They go heavy here on 3rd and a yard. Oh, a beautiful little play fake. And Raiola signals first down.
Tim, I'm just telling you, Illinois did not have Raiola keeping the ball on a read option on their bingo card. So the defensive end is selling out, and he gets just enough. And as much as the Patrick Mahomes comparisons, maybe they're getting a little old, but is that not what Patrick Mahomes does? When you least expect it, you make a play.
Yeah, the only difference really between Dylan and Patrick is size. He's a bigger quarterback than Patrick.
Yeah,
that
there's a few other differences, you know,
about
Super Bowls, MVP,
500 million.
You know, but it's close.
Yeah, about 500 million difference in the pocket. Looping it long into coverage and wisely overthrown. It was either going to be Banks to grab it or no one else. Terrence Brooks was back there in coverage with him.
And that's one of those times where they show man-to-man coverage and then they dart back into zone. And so you think you got man-to-man, you think you got the one-on-one, and you want to take it, but then it goes to zone coverage. Good job of throwing that ball way too far, right? Throw it out of bounds when you see that they've got you.
Looking at Aaron Henry there and thinking about the guy that preceding him as his coordinator. Walter's now a head coach at Purdue. You wonder, it won't be long before Aaron Henry has his opportunity at being the guy. Barney, a little middle screen that was not going to fool anybody with the Fighting Illini. This is that little sidearm aspect that a catcher would have when you throw a pick play to first base, by the way. Yeah. That's the way you throw it.
He really fits it in there, but that's a really nice job by number 41, James Kreutz, of diagnosing that screenplay, and it's because he's in zone defense. He's not in man-to-man, so he can look and see what's going on and fight through those offensive linemen to make the play.
Dylan really didn't think about being a quarterback until about the 8th grade. He loved baseball.
So surprising to hear.
Yeah. Here he is under duress. That pass is caught. Again, so special to look off and find Fudoni with a marker down. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, maybe 2.
That's going to be defensive pass interference. And, Tim, I can't tell you how difficult it is to move around the way he did and locate a pass catcher out of nowhere, right? Yeah. He was about to run. He's like, oh, he's there. Spits it out quickly, and a nice gain for the young quarterback.
There are offsetting fouls in the play. Holding, offense number 51. Holding, defense. Fouls offset. 3rd down.
Well, you saw the one that Devin
Correction,
did.
it was defense number 8.
So
that's tough.
Brooks got caught. That's the one you saw. But Justin Evans, the left guard, committed this hold. Take a look.
There you go. You're going to see right there, your hand's already getting around, and you're getting beat. You want to keep this big guy off your quarterback, and you pull him to the ground. And then the back end, it was a similar type of deal.
What a great throw, though.
All right, you can see he's about to get beat. He's like, I can't let you go score a touchdown. He grabs him to stop him.
3rd and 10. Looking long in the corner. It is Nair. It is intercepted.
My goodness. They're going to have to talk.
Taken away.
They're going to have to talk.
They may.
A tie goes to the offense, but the defense comes up with the ball.
Oh, they
give
just
it a
did
tie.
it. Yes, Torrey Cox came out of there with it. It is a touchdown to Torrey Cox.
Isaiah Nair.
Well, Nair was the receiver, but Cox came away with what he thought was a pilfer. But yeah, he breaks the plane. That's a great call, partner.
Oh, no. They're going to have to look at this. That's Cox's ball.
Yeah.
That is Cox's ball. They're going to have to look at it.
I agree with you now.
As he's going up, he's crossing the plane.
The ruling of a touchdown the previous play is under further video review.
And as he's bringing it in, it's starting to move, right? So when it's moving, if it hasn't hit the ground, it's nobody's ball. Cox snatches it out. That's an outstanding play.
Well, Mike Conlon, our replay official, and the Big Ten center will go to work, but at first glance, I'm right with you, Devin. That is a interception because he's making a football play, putting it away.
Yeah.
And as he's putting it away, the ball is ripped out of there, and the ball is loose. The ball is moving right there.
It's moving.
There.
Doesn't hit the ground, and somehow, some way, Cox pulls that ball to his chest. Let's bring in our guy, Mike Pereira. How are you?
I hope we're interpreting this rule okay for you, Mike.
I kind of think that you guys are all over this. You know, you look at this and say, at some point it becomes, you know, survival of the fittest. Who ends up coming with the ball? Now, did the offensive player get control, and did he complete the process of the catch when he hits the ground? The ball comes out there, and then it's pulled out by the defense. As long as it didn't hit the ground, to me, I agree with your thinking. I think this is interception.
Okay.
Mike, we're always on the same page, and you have taught us so well. You know, sometimes Tim, you know, he wants to lean on his own understanding, but I'm telling you, I listen to you, Mike.
I'm always looking for your good plays to put on my videos so that everybody can learn from them. But this is really a tough call, and I think really the call initially on the field was the correct one, the initial call where they gave the touchdown, and then it got overruled. But again, this is a tough one, but to me, it's certainly more of an interception than it is a catch.
Yeah, and that was overruled by a fellow official.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Mike, because of the call on the field, that was, you know, the last call, do you see enough to overturn it?
Absolutely not. I mean, and that is key. And you're so right looking at that. You know, some of these you look at and say, well, could it be either way? Maybe it could. Okay, so if it goes either way, then you go back to what the ruling was on the field. And the fact that they ended up ruling this a touchdown could actually affect that, but we'll see. I still think that ball's out at that point.
Yeah,
I do too.
So, Mike, I hope they get it right because I think that's an interception.
I would very rarely ask this, Mike, but I'm going to. On Sunday, what would that ruling in your estimation be?
Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. To me, it would be an interception on Sunday without question.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
When he comes out with the ball like that, to me, and it doesn't get to the ground, and that's the other thing they had to look at there because it's close to the ball getting the ground. But on Sunday, that would be pretty clear that it would be an interception.
Well, if it is an interception, it would be Kopp's second and the 7th of the season for Illinois, which ties Minnesota for second most in the country. Cal has 9 for Justin Wilcox already this year to lead the NCAA. Let's take a listen. Big call.
The ball was loose as it went to the ground. Illinois came up with the ball. It is an interception, touchback, first down.
We got it.
Yeah, we did.
Good job, you guys. You were all over that. That was great coverage by you guys.
Thank you, and with your help, of course, it gives us sometimes the confidence to make that call. But again, we get back down to the interpretation of a football play.
Yeah.
And you have to make, in the old days, if the ball was just touched and you crossed the end line, it was touchdown.
Yeah.
That has since changed, and the advent of replay has a lot to do with it. Hold on to that moment, folks. It could be a difference maker in the outcome tonight. Fox College Football is sponsored by KFC. It's finger looking good. Well, as we say sometimes in life, play on.
Yeah.
get over it, move on to the next one. And that's what the Cornhuskers are going to try to do. Certainly their fans are urging them on. I don't know about you, partner, but we could argue about the best and worst fans. This is the most loyal group of fans. No doubt about that. Fagan in the backfield. Play fake to him. And it's a slant by Zachary Franklin on the receiving end. And he's out beyond the 35 to the 37. Zachary Franklin, a leader in the NCAA.
Yeah, nice job getting right behind the linebackers. You can see those safeties and linebackers coming into the line of scrimmage. Pull the ball out, put it right behind him to the wide receiver.
Franklin, the career leader among active players in receptions, 269, over 3,400 yards and 38 touchdowns. He's been really productive. Fagan past the 40 to the 42. Franklin was one of those guys that came over from UTSA, where he was so very important to Barry Lunny in building that program before joining the Illini.
Yeah, he had that pre-existing relationship, and he knew exactly what he was getting from that talented wide receiver, Franklin.
Barry Lunny, by the way, was the Arkansas quarterback under Danny Ford and led them to their first ever win over Alabama in Tuscaloosa in 1995. 2nd and 4.
Got a one-on-one opportunity with Bryant. Safety's low.
Altmaier, nice change of direction, but still in trouble, and he decides to eat it at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, he looked out there. He wanted it. I love the decision, though, right? Don't force it in there. You're going to have your opportunities. Pull the ball down. Go see what you can get, and go get it on 3rd down.
Not bad for a young man whose father thought he was making a mistake when he decided to move to football and away from baseball. Luke Altmaier calling the shots for Brett Bielema.
They move Pat Bryant into the slot to try to get him a matchup on number 8, Deshaun Singleton, a safety. You can see him in motion there.
Curl, back shoulder throw, and well defended on a marker down. Sierra Wright, number 15, is going to be tagged right on Colin Dixon.
Initially, it looks like really tight coverage, but he might have been a smidge early. Take a look.
Holding defense, number 15. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, and that penalty is called because the wide receiver, Colin Dixon, does a nice job of trying to pull away, right?
Yeah.
Trying to pull away. You see the pull from the defensive back. Nice coverage, but you've got to let go when you know that ball's coming.
That rule wants a little explanation on it, but if you don't call it holding, I don't think it's a foul.
Yeah.
It wasn't interference, but it was a hold. From the 49 now of Nebraska. See the penalties now adding up for Big Red. Out of the shotgun again, Altmaier with all kinds of time. Now he lets it fly to his safety valve Dixon, and Colin Dixon, a go-to receiver here, manages the 40-yard line. That's just a yard shy of a first down. Fans still upset with that holding call. Prince Will very busy over there, number 18. The Jack linebacker. 2nd down and 1. Notice how things settled down for Illinois. They don't have as much tempo after the early stages of the game. Altmaier is 9 of 10 in the air. Fagan right up the middle for the first down to the 35. Jamari Butler the stop. That's a gain of 5.
You can see Illinois getting back to that initial tempo that they had in their first drive that they had a lot of success on.
They had slowed down somewhat. You know, that's the thing about them.
You never know.
You never know, because Barry Lunny loves tempo. He loves to go fast.
However,
but his coach,
his boss,
wants to play power football, Keith.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Frank Broyles called it back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Power football. Fagan can run it, too. There he goes, cutting it back up. A stretch play that he decided to turn in. At the 35, he gets ahead for just 2 yards. So 2nd down and 8.
I mean, just take a look at John Bullock. Track this play down from the backside. The ball is snapped. He scrapes, and then he darts. You cannot get to the second level when he's making plays like that. An outstanding job by Bullock to make that a minimal gain.
Senior from nearby Omaha, Nebraska. Home of the College World Series in baseball. Hayden Lawfrey has come into the backfield. Passing yards almost a wash between these two outstanding QBs. Down the sideline and incomplete. They were testing once again Sierra Wright with Pat Bryant, who's the big-time playmaker, the senior from Jacksonville, but Sierra was up to the task.
I love it. You get a holding call early in the drive, you get a double move, and he's in perfect position, gets to that near hip, and then turns and finds the ball. That's why there's no pass interference call. Outstanding technique by number 15 in red.
In fact, if there were a holding, it might have been on Bryant.
Yeah, they're letting them play,
yeah,
right? They're letting them play, and I love it. Listen to this crowd.
Flag down, pre-snap. Did they get a timeout? Let's see.
False start. Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Brett Bielema would beg to differ.
He did run on the field trying to get a timeout, but that penalty is on the 400th straight sellout.
Yep.
This crowd got extremely loud, especially on 3rd down, where you absolutely need to.
Let's see if they change it. Yeah.
For a second. It's a 30-second timeout.
They did get the timeout, just as we had thought. And another explanation is needed for the opposing head coach. We'll be right back. We are back. The timeout was granted. And listen to this crowd. They will tell you everything you need to know about what transpires here. They're going to go with 4 wides. Faking the setback. Zachary Franklin, the intended receiver, did not have the yard to gain, but it is 4th down, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, that's a microcosm of kind of, we have what we want, not a perfect throw, should still be caught, right? Because he's wide open. He's expecting that ball to come straight to him, so Altmaier knows he should have put it right between his numbers. However, the throw outside is a safe throw versus defensive backs that love to break on the ball.
Late substitution. Robinson gets back out there for Nebraska. 4th down and 8.
Got middle of the field wide open, but they may be kicking to it. Middle of the field open.
Pressure. Altmaier scampers ahead to the 30, and Nebraska holds. Jamari Butler made the play, the defensive end. He's upset, I think, because he believes Jamari Butler might have gotten him in the head. Let's take a look.
This rush did an outstanding job.
Watch this. Oh, yeah, he did.
Butler, that's a face mask if I've ever seen one.
Yep.
However, it's his pressure that doesn't allow Altmaier to see the wide open middle of the field. Take a look here. Number 2 in white, Ashton Hollins, just running wide open through the middle. A missed opportunity there and a missed call by the referees.
Yeah, Bielema had a right to be upset. Dowdell tries to get outside. Boy, it's hard to get to the edge against either one of these teams.
Oh, yeah, they got great lateral speed.
Rosiak, the Mike linebacker, with the tackle. I mean, that's what Bielema was upset about.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have a referee, the white hat, who talks to you before the game when you're a quarterback, and he lets you know, I'm going to protect you. So that's what he's looking at. It's hard to miss that when you're looking at it, and that's why he's so frustrated.
The ball boy knew it, and so did my spotter, Brett Bender. A Huskers have all 3 timeouts left. Beautiful pass to Dowdell, throwing across the body, not an issue at all. Going to be a yard shy of the line to make. After a gain of 6, just going through the progressions.
He continues to do it. 1 to 2 to 3, and he has the time to do it. Watch how his offensive line is protecting. He waits for the check down and gets it to him.
Dowdell, it's hard to get there. I don't know. This is going to be really close.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it by a
Looks like he got a good mark, though.
Yeah, just by the hair on his chin. I think they gave it to him.
You want the right foot mark, not the left.
Yeah.
And they got the right one, and it's a first down. For those of you just joining us, Illinois got a quick 7-0 lead. Nebraska went down on an 18-play drive to get a field goal. And then shortly thereafter, a big turnover led to Raiola's touchdown pass. And then what a touchdown that wasn't. That looms largely as we head towards halftime. The 2-minute timeout. Not a warning. Not in college. Fox College Football is sponsored by Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay. The 1997 champions, one of many here at Nebraska, and Dr. Tom Osborne, the man for whom the field is named. Look at those titles. Such great dominance. He makes it to practice. He's still very active in this area. Dante Dowdell, the setback on first down. Nice little bounce out. Very rarely can you get to the corner against the Illini. Xavier Scott, number 14, the nickelback, with a stop, a gain of 8.
Yeah, and Xavier Scott is a really good open field tackler, but I'm telling you, this explosive ability by this running back, get off me. And then the burst to try to pick up more yards and get out of bounds.
Actually giving 9, so we'll call it second and a long one. Right up the middle with a quick burst. That's what Nebraska fans love to see. And I think this offensive line, Devin, deserves a lot of credit because they're getting downhill with their running game. I saw Jerry DiNardo and Urban Meyer on the Big Ten Network talking about it. The best friend to a young quarterback is a great power running back. Yeah. And Dowdell is, and he's got a veteran line anchored by Ben Scott, the center, getting it done. Here's another example. He just delivers the blow rather than takes the hit. Gain of 4 that time. Clock continues to wind down here in the opening half, tied at 10 on Fox.
And for a guy with great burst, he has great patience.
Yeah.
Right? Usually guys with great burst and great speed, they are a little too quick to the hole. They don't allow their blockers to set them up, but he has a kind of patience about him, and then he bursts.
Tight end is in the slot, the lower portion of your screen. A little cross buck action, but again, really well diagnosed by the Illini. Ackus makes the stop. The outside linebacker, junior from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Every time Illinois is really good, you notice how many Florida players are on their roster?
Yeah.
3rd down and 7. They're not calling the timeout. They don't leave any time for the Illini, evidently.
I mean, they do have 3 timeouts.
They do.
But I would have used one there.
Back shoulder caught by Banks. Or you could just do that, Devin. Right?
Oh, my goodness.
Torrey Cox, who had that big pick earlier.
What a throw and what a catch. Watch Banks sky up and snatch it out of the air and get a foot down.
I mean, you can't do much better than that on Sunday, folks.
I told you, these big, tall receivers with great length and a great catch radius, it allows for some error, but that's a very nice throw by Dylan Raiola.
Senior from Washington, D.C., Jamal Banks. Well, let's check in with Mike Hill and find out what he and Chris Peterson have in the studio coming up.
Coming up on the Fox College Football Halftime Show, Syracuse goes for 3-0 to start the season, while the Big Noon Kickoff crew gets us ready for Ohio State tomorrow in Columbus. And Chris Peterson gives us his must-watch game of the weekend. We have 4 ranked matchups, including the one you guys got, Tim and Devin. We'll see you at the half.
Yeah, it's a healthy Friday night without question for us. here on Fox, and it's only going to get bigger and better as time goes on. We're really happy that all of you joined us tonight for one of the biggest games of this early Big Ten season. Will help define either one of these teams' regular season. Amir Johnson in the backfield. Raiola trying to work some magic. Looping it towards the end zone. It's caught. Is it in? It's there. It is. Touchdown. Hello. How do you do?
For those of you at home that are tired of hearing the comparisons to Patrick Mahomes, you might as well get used to it. What an outstanding job to buy time. And Nair not giving up on the play and dragging those feet for a toe tap touchdown. Wow.
Yeah, I think those timeouts can stay in their hip pocket.
They don't need them. Timeout? What are timeouts? Timeouts for what? Wow, and you can hear the roar of the crowd. They just saw the replay. It's clear that that is a touchdown, no question. What a job by Dylan Raiola in this offense.
7th for Raiola, 2nd tonight to Nair.
Then they're going to take a look, but they can look all they want to.
They sure can.
Illinois is challenging the ruling of a touchdown the previous play.
I don't blame them. I don't. Why not? It's a big play, big moment late in the half, a defining play in a lot of respects.
But Tim, I think you got to have better information, right?
Maybe
you don't want to use this when it's fairly clear to me.
Right.
I mean, catch, he's dragging for a long time there, and the ball stays in his hand. I mean, he is squeezing the air out of the football.
Well, let's see. Are they thinking perhaps he doesn't have possession until he's
not
out?
close.
No,
it's not close.
I'm with you.
He's, like I said, he's squeezing the air out of the football there.
He is.
He snatches that out of the air, and that's what you want to see from a wide receiver. You want to see him pluck the ball out of the air. And a little more on Nair. He's a guy who was outstanding at his first stop. Then he goes to Texas, and he has that injury. He was going to make a big impact for Texas a year ago, and then he comes to Nebraska and says, I'm going to show you what I'm capable of.
After review, the ruling of a touchdown is confirmed.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took long. I'm surprised it took that long.
Illinois has lost his challenges, his charge, 1 timeout.
See, that I didn't like that just because you don't know if you'll need that challenge later.
This game has sent a strong message about how close it should be throughout. Both offenses have had their fair share of great moments. A big turnover enabled Nebraska to get a touchdown, and then a turnover because of Illinois' incredible play by Torrey Cox robbed Nebraska of what they thought was a touchdown. And now this, and by the way, this is the football equivalent of chalk on a ball hit down the line in baseball. That black comes up on the field turf, and that's all the proof you need.
I mean, it's hard to continue to cover when you have a quarterback in the pocket, creating opportunities, being creative, buying time, and they just couldn't cover long enough. And that is, Dylan Raiola is as advertised, and he is playing controlled, poised football for the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
We touched on the connections that his family has to this program. His uncle, Donovan, Nebraska's line coach. His dad, Dominic, of course, was a center at Nebraska from 1997 to 2000. Won a Remington. Had his 54 jersey retired. 14-year NFL career for him, including a stint with the Lions.
How about that pressure, Tim?
Yep.
Your dad's name is up on the stadium.
Yeah. I'd say that's strong indeed. Well, Sunday, talking about it, NFL doubleheader on Fox as Jalen Hurts leads the Eagles against the Saints. Check out those other regional games all the way down to the Broncos and the Buccaneers, will you? Then it's America's game of the week. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens take on Dak and the Cowboys, the Jekyll and Hyde Cowboys. Check for the games in your area only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Yeah, you put a little more Timmy B on that Buccaneers game. Why is that?
Well, the people in Lincoln are going to get that game, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And who else will be there?
Sean Payton, former Saints coach.
Okay.
And Matt Millen and myself.
Oh, wow.
We'll be there.
You'll be busy on Sunday.
I will be.
Yeah.
Got to show them I got a little tread left on these tires of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've come to the end of the half. And the boisterous crowd here in Lincoln is being heard from, and why not? Let's take you into our studio right now with Mike Hill and Coach Pete for halftime. Fellas. Football. It's sponsored by KFC. It's finger looking good. So is our matchup. We welcome you back to Lincoln. Josh Sims is downstairs. That's Devin Gardner with me. What, did you do that yourself? Did you paint that?
You know, I can't give all my secrets.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Listen, this has been a point, counterpoint game.
Yeah.
From my perspective. What about you?
It was a little anything you can do, I can also do, and it brings us to our next level moments.
Yep.
Sponsored by AT&T Business. Reality for your business is our business. You get a long touchdown there to start. Okay, I see that, and I raise you a little trickery. We're going to get those guys moving and throw a touchdown right behind you. A great job of recognition by Dylan Raiola. And then you get to the turnovers in the game. I'll take that, says Bullock, an outstanding turnover there. And then you think it's going to be a touchdown, and it's out of there. A great play by the defensive back, Torrey Cox Jr. But then it's like, you know, maybe I got one more, and Nebraska scores right before the end of the half.
And here comes the return of the kickoff by Wilcher. Look at the special teams work by the Huskers. That was a remarkable play, no doubt, to close the half. Let's go down to Josh.
Well, Tim, for Brett Bielema, it's all about consistency on defense. He says, we'll make a big play, and then guys will get caught watching and give up a big play. They need to tighten that up. And on the offensive side of the ball, he said, look, we need to establish the run a little bit more. We need more vertical plays down the field as well.
It's one of the brightest men you'll come across in coaching. Reinvented himself beautifully in the time that he spent in college coaching exile as an assistant in New England before coming back to the Illini. A very comfortable position, a really good fit in Champaign. Lawfery trying to get away from the Huskers, dragging Mekhi Bayer with him, number 42. Tommy Hill not out there. Looks like he may have gotten injured in that half. He's been fighting through injuries a good bit in his career. So we'll see some Amari Sanders out there. Here goes Lawfery again. Not much. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Yeah, this is not what you want to see, right? Coming out of halftime, you go 2 run plays and you don't pick up many yards, so you kind of put Altmaier in a position where it's difficult to pick up a 3rd down. However, he has done a nice job of getting to those seams of the Nebraska defense, and if they stay in single eye, you expect him to try to get there again.
Well, we've been raving about Raiola, but Altmaier's been living up to advanced billing as well. Right down the seam again for a 1st down. Zachary Franklin. Listen, Altmaier's big time. He stays healthy. He's going to play on Sundays one day, too. That's a gain of 12.
There are different ways to get to the seam. They do it with a dig route from the outside, just an in-breaking route. And Franklin does a very nice job of settling down in that empty space and making the catch for a 1st down.
He's 10 out of 13 for 135, Altmaier. Here comes the screen. It's set up beautifully, but a marker down. We could have an illegal block.
It's going to be a hold. It's going to be a hold.
Yep.
Yeah, the offensive line got out there, and he kind of overran it, and it forces him to pull the defender back.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
J.C. Davis.
Yeah, the transfer from the University of New Mexico. He gets out there, but you can see there, just pulls him just a bit. But it's a nice job by Prince Will, making sure that he forces that call to be made. If you don't give relentless effort, you're not going to be able to make that call. Nice job by him.
He is going to be around for a long time, P. Will. Umami Allen. 1st and 20. Pre-snap movement by the right tackle that time. We'll see if
Did he get into the neutral zone?
Yep.
Right, he moved, but did he get all the way into the neutral zone to make the offensive lineman move?
Offside. Defense, number 90, entering the neutral zone, causing an opponent to false start. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's James Williams, a reserve in this capacity.
Yeah, he knows it's probably going to be a passing down, so he wants to get on that tackle quickly, and he jumps into the neutral zone. A nice job of reacting by the tackle as well.
No, that was you.
No, don't you? That was you, not me.
5 for 49 to 2 for 15 in the penalty area. Lawfery breaks some tackles trying to get to the second level. And gets up to the 34-yard line, a gain of 7. Get back some of that yardage. So that makes it 2nd and 8 after the 1st and 20 to open this series after that holding penalty. Nash Hutmaker, the nose tackle.
Altmaier has had some success when he starts to try to create. If it's not there initially, he can create again.
Sprint out action, bootleg, looking play. Zachary Franklin, how about that tackle? Mano-a-mano in space. Malcolm Hartzog, the free safety, junior from Silver Creek, Mississippi.
That is not a good sign. Franklin still down on the turf.
Yep.
I love what they did, getting Altmaier on the outside.
That's a good tackle, though.
You can see his reaction right away.
He spun him around. That knee. It's what he seems to be favoring, the right knee. They need him. You see the receptions where he's just their go-to guy. 3rd down and 7. Well, you figure Bryant. Colin Dixon's been a go-to guy in these situations. 3rd and long. Right across the middle. Colin Dixon as if on cue for the first down. That's a gain of 17. Deshaun Singleton, the strong safety, tackling.
Just a nice Hank route where Bryant goes and stands right over the football and he's wide open, and a great job of the running back picking up the blitz.
12 of 15 now. And Altmaier pulls this one down. You know, he doesn't run in the manner that elusive quarterbacks or even Raiola might, but this is a guy that can certainly get it done when need be.
Yeah, and they haven't really leaned on his legs to this point in the season and to this point in the game. And I'm telling you right now, at some point it will be a factor.
As your friend Mater would say, it's about get her done.
Got to get her done.
He's got to get her done. Flags fly, pre-snap. Again.
Yep, that's the center. Big number 64, Josh Kreutz, just a small flinch. When you see it, Tim, you're going to be like, wait, how did the referee see that in real time?
False start. Offense number 64. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Kreutz.
Just the smallest of flinches. The center right over the ball.
You know, Josh, his father, Olin, was a 6-time Pro Bowler with the Bears. Well, he comes from great stock. 2nd down and 14. Pressure off the edge. Altmaier stepping up. Really didn't have a chance to get to that 3rd read in the progression. And so now here they are facing a 3rd and really long.
Yeah, the reason he couldn't get through his reads is because Prince Will came blazing off of the edge with great speed, forces him up into the teeth of the defense, and that's exactly where you want the quarterback to go if you're Nebraska, because your big fellas, Nash, Ty Robinson, they are in that middle, making sure that they collapse it all over the quarterback.
Well, they've converted 2 third downs on this drive, 4 out of 6 overall. Here we go. Altmaier in traffic, decides to pull it down again and gets it to the 45. Now, this will be interesting because it's 4th and manageable now. With the ball in Nebraska territory, do you take the chance after an 8-yard gain?
I don't think so. And I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pin him deep. You say, can this young quarterback continue to play consistent football the way he is with all the different looks that I'm giving him? Pin him back deep, force him to play offense.
Yeah, play field position. And then win the game with your power football approach. Hugh Robertson, the junior from Melbourne, Australia, will boot it away. Garcia Castaneda back deep, number 13, in single safety. End over end, fair catch call. 33 yards the boot, but it's back to the 12-yard line. And that's where Nebraska will take over. Just underway third quarter. Huge Big Ten game with impact and then some. Tommy Hill not being out there earlier. Josh Sims has more on that.
Well, that's right, and the big concern for Matt Rule was the injury to Tommy Hill. He is out of the game in street clothes, so Sierra Wright taking his place. Matt Rule saying he is going to need to have to step up, as the rest of our defense will as well.
Yeah, we talked to him before the game after their run-through practice. His quality kid, and you know how upset he is. He's been through a great deal in his career, too. Here's Raiola on the rollout. What a dart. I mean, an absolute dart. And it's his favorite target, Isaiah Nair, again.
The ability outside of the pocket to have such great touch. Watch him layer this throw, kind of feather it right over the outstretched arms of the defender and into his receiver's hands. Nice job by Dylan Raiola. I mean, that's about as good as it gets.
You don't get much better than that.
That's tough.
17 of 24 now for 185 for Raiola.
Number 28, Dylan Rosiak's doing his job, right? He's doing everything he can, and he's just not enough.
Johnson, Rainier tries to go far and gets ahead for 4. You know, we just had Avery Johnson last week.
We did.
You know, the pride of the state of Kansas, and he's only 19. Now, this guy is a freshman, but he has tremendous pedigree. You can't help watching him and Avery last week and think, wow, there's such great young quarterbacking taking place in the college game. And I think it's one of the reasons why parity is no longer a myth.
You know what I think? I think about the fact that the future of the game of football is in good quarterbacking hands.
Absolutely. Dowdell is the lone setback. They go under center this time. This pro-style approach is something that Rule loves, and I think Raiola and other quarterbacks dig it too. Ahead for 2, Seth Coleman making the stop. He has that in mind, and I think even though it didn't work out for him at Carolina, Matt Rule is better for having had the experience at the pro level when now trying to assemble a team in the NIL and transfer portal era. His roster this year versus last is just amazingly different. Emmett Johnson now in on 3rd and 4. Slant incomplete. That's well covered. Well defended.
Wow.
By Xavier Scott, number 14.
This defense has been sticky all night, and there's a lot of defensive backs out there that are good. This may be the best of them. That is perfect technique. Getting that hand inside there to stop it. He's second in the country, tied with 3 interceptions on the year, and that pass breakup was huge for this Illini football team.
That was the freshman phenom Carter Nelson that was the intended receiver. Highly sought-after star coming out of high school. Hank Beatty is back deep, waiting this punt from Buscini.
False start. Offense number 25. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
You don't always see a gunner false start right on the outside, right? He kind of just got a little antsy.
That would be the equivalent of a track. Back in the day, we called them Pele's, getting out of the blocks just a little too quickly.
I have no idea what that is, Tim, but I trust you.
You better. Oh, what a boomer. Beatty from his 6 has room, highly returnable. Look out! And he trips up just past the 40, cutting through there and getting just a piece of him. the punter, Buscemi. What a beautiful play by him. He saves maybe a touchdown here.
Yeah, I think he does, Tim.
Oh, my goodness.
Just clipping the leg.
Yeah, get down and dirty with that kick. Fox College Football is sponsored by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. Our team comparison sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network. Look at that. These two guys putting on a show for us, Devin.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. And what we've seen from Nebraska on defense on first down is a lot of low safety. And they have an opportunity with Pat Bryant, who only has 3 targets in the game, against the sub, Sierra Wright.
Josh McCray back in the game. Burrows ahead for a few. Mekhi Bayer coming up. We'll give him 4. So 2nd down and 6.
Got another player down.
Yeah, we do. Looks like an interior lineman. Priestley, number 58. The right tackle, Melvin Priestley.
Yeah, the transfer from Grambling. He's played good football today. He's played good football all season,
Yeah.
but they were really looking forward to seeing him against this type of competition, this type of onslaught on the defensive side of the ball, and he's held his own tonight.
You know, he's been a dominant player according to PFF.
Yeah.
He's really been, they think the world of him. He's graded out number 1 in the Big Ten, number 2 in the country. Barry Lunny has said that Priestley is the Illini player who pleasantly surprised him the most. We asked that question, and he didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
He thought the world of him. So there's Barry, coach's son. Left-handed quarterback, too, Devin, and a guy that spearheaded what was a division-winning Arkansas team for Danny Ford years ago. Loved the game. And has been with Brett now for 8 years, counting the time they were together at Arkansas before he went to UTSA while Brett was in the NFL. And that is Khalil Valentine. Khalil, freshman from Hayward, California, prepped at Chandler in Arizona.
It's a nice job doing that kind of break the huddle quickly, get set up, and snap the ball before the defense can adjust to the off-balance line that they had. You have to imagine that you attack Sierra Wright, who's in for the injured Tommy Hill at the top of your screen there.
Well, you figure they're going to play the run. Do you take that man coverage and go for it if you're Altmaier? No, option towards the boundary. And I think that last burst by Khalil Valentine may have just gotten him the line to make.
Yeah.
Sierra Wright came up and made a nice play. Undercut him, but it will be good enough for the first down.
That's a really nice job by Valentine selling out. He hasn't played a whole bunch in the game, but watch him dive to make sure that he gets the line to gain and protect the ball. Usually when you dive, you kind of forget about ball security. The young guy didn't. He's a true freshman that's contributing for this Illini offense as well.
He stays in the backfield. Go heavy again with extra tight ends, and there's a drop. First one we've seen tonight. And a rare one from Pat Bryant.
Yeah, that's what I thought at the beginning of this drive. They have their best receiver matched up against the guy that came in for an injured player, and he just takes his eyes off of it for just a second. And you can see him say, it's my fault, but I think everyone knows whose fault that was. And they have to get him more targets, though. To this point in the game, that's only his 4th target, and he's a guy they want to get at least 15 targets to have him have a splash on this game.
2nd and 10. Bootleg action again, and Altmaier dumps it underneath to the tight end, Tanner Arkin. Arkin had a 5-yard touchdown in their opener with Eastern Illinois. Had a couple of seasons at Colorado State. They do not have Henry Boyer available to them. He's a tremendous talent. Sophomore from Chicago, unable to go tonight.
And if I'm Nebraska defensively, I don't leave my corners on the island. So what do you have to do? You have to go to that middle open look. Put those safeties over the top. And if you're Altmaier, you have to recognize that and try to get a pass to the middle of the field. There it goes.
Oh, well conceived, but the pass just out of his outstretched arms. Did he catch it? Oh, he may have. Yeah, they did. I thought it was beyond him. He one-handed that thing.
I don't know how he caught it.
Oh, that's amazing.
He's obviously got stickum on his hands.
Whoa! Hello, Bolitnikov.
Hey, can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it, Tim?
Yeah.
How do you do? I mean, what a catch.
That's the second time tonight that's happened. You and Larry, the cable guy.
Wow.
That was a heck of a catch.
It sets up a 4th and short. And they're going to take some time to think about it. I think this is the opportunity for you to go for it here.
I mean, I thought there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
He's got stickum. I'm telling you, you know about stickum back in your day, don't you?
Indeed. Yeah, but it used to get all over your skin back in those days. Now they use those nice gloves. Yeah. Special. College football, sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. 4th and 1. Illini 2 of 2 on 4th coming into the game, but 0 for 1 tonight. McCray looking for a push. Boy, I think that initial forward progress may have been enough. Fans will not like the spot, but then now a marker comes down. Well, that could only add to perhaps the frustration if they do get the first down here. Yeah, it looks like the spot is going to be enough.
Yeah, it's super interesting that they had McCray in there rather than Fagan.
Correct.
The big 6'3", 250-pound running back. But that's kind of a testament to what McCray has been able to show with his power running ability.
I think this conference is about the flag that came falling in.
The result of the play is a first down for Illinois. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 48.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty. First down.
MJ Sherman, as I said, would only add to the misery index when that flag came in late.
And this is kind of what we've seen all night. Illinois makes a play, and then you add some more. And this is McCray fighting to try to get a first down there. And you can't see him in that shuffle, so you got to trust that the referees made the right call. But right there underneath the pile, that's punches, just a bunch of punches. And obviously, head coach Matt Rule can't see that from the sideline, so he's wondering what was going on, but that is a penalty for sure.
And that's the kind
that's giving him the business. That's what it's called.
It is.
He was giving him the business.
Yeah, and honestly, the kind of penalty that Matt really never wants to see. This is a culture program that he's got here, and he's building that culture quickly, as he oftentimes does. He did it at Temple in his second year, did it at Baylor in year 2. And now trying to get it done even more quickly at Nebraska after a 5-win season a year ago. And they had to work really hard to get to those 5 victories.
And they're reviewing this because you're not allowed to throw punches, right?
No.
That could be a disqualification. And you know, usually we see him punching in the face, but let's talk to Mike about that. Mike, what do we have here?
Listen, what I really think they're reviewing is the spot. That's what they want to look at, because it wouldn't seem critical since there was a 15-yard penalty at this point to get Nebraska. But if it wasn't the first down, it was a 4th down play. Therefore, it would be a change of possession, and Nebraska would get the ball. They'd be penalized, but they'd have the ball. Now, I don't see really anything that really shows that you could change this.
After review, the ruling of a first down stands.
Yeah.
But that's what they were looking at. And they can't get involved. Can't get involved in the fact of an ejection. In the NFL, they could. New York can get involved, but in the college games, that's not an aspect of the rule that would allow replay to get involved.
Mike, the more I looked at it, too, it looked like he's trying to punch the ball out. I don't think he's trying to punch the guy. I think he's punching at the ball.
But that's some talked about before. If you're going to punch the ball, punch the ball. If you try to punch the ball, punch the player, then you got a problem. And the umpire had a really good look at that.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
First down at the 22. Josh McCray remains the setback. And again, sprint out action after the play fake, and he's got to unload it with that pressure. Sierra Wright was over there delivering quite a bit of it.
Nebraska's defense was all over that. Deshaun Singleton does an outstanding job of staying assignment sound and picking up that motioning guy, Pat Bryant, wide receiver coming out of the backfield, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with it.
Tony White, the defensive mind for this Nebraska Cornhuskers black shirts, black jerseys defense. Quick out, and it's caught by Pat Bryant. He dropped one earlier between the 1 and the 5, but not this time.
Yeah, you can see they're making a point to target him on this drive. On the last play where they covered it, they were trying to give him the ball, and then they get this free access route. It's an RPO, put it in there, and it's driving on his shoulder pads, and a nice job of standing in there until you can get the ball out. Double catch by Bryant, but we'll take it.
They've really been good on 3rd and manageable. 5 of 9 overall. This is 3rd and 3.
Oh, yeah.
Playbook is wide open here.
Got man-to-man coverage, it looks like, from Nebraska.
And they flush it out to the tight end, Arkin, and it is right there for him. Inside the 5 and down at the 3. You talk about a well-set-up play by Barry Lunny. He's got to be thrilled. That's Arkin catching it and Bullock bringing him down.
This is a perfectly timed call. Man-to-man defense. These linebackers are caught inside trying to stop the run, but they're the guys that have to cover the tight end. Watch 85 come into the flat. Where they're trying to stop the run, he's outside, and that's a nice play versus a man-to-man defense, and a nice catch by Tanner Arkin.
Well, Barry Lunny has to be pleased with what he saw right there. 1st and goal now. Arkin now with 3 catches for 25 yards. And very quickly running down the sidelines, getting his cardio in, Brett Bielema.
Nebraska is challenging the ruling that the runner did not step out of bounds.
So that's what happened. I think he was looking to get a timeout himself, and then they decided, Matt Rule decided to challenge this play. Let's take a look. Did he step out?
He did not step out.
He did not. No, he did not.
And see, that's another opportunity where you got to get better information, right? You got to get better information from your guys, because that's not even close, in my opinion.
While we're waiting, let's go down to Josh. He's got some news on Franklin. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, we saw Zachary Franklin leave the game with that left leg injury. Was in the blue tent a couple of times, came out, and as you see, trying to run and cut up and down the sideline, laboring on that left leg. Helmet not with him. He has not re-entered the game, guys.
Well, the Illini have been very, very effective for the bulk of this season. In fact, in the red zone, they were a perfect 12 out of 12 coming into the game. 8 touchdowns, 4 field goals, but tonight they're 1 of 2 in the red zone. And this is a defining moment as they would like to tie this game. And both teams will be out of their challenges.
See that slither of
After
green.
review, the runner did not step out of bounds. Nebraska loses its challenge as is charged a timeout.
And not only if you lose your challenge, right, the timeout, that could be important in this nip and tuck kind of game.
Oh, yeah. And not to mention, we will mention it many times over should this game stay within 7 points. The touchdown that wasn't and the interception that was.
Yeah.
Very meaningful play earlier in this game.
So we've talked about Altmaier. He sprinkled his legs into the game plan as this game is going on. I think this is big time Luke Altmaier time, right? An opportunity to off-schedule plays or design, get on the outside, run, or throw a touchdown.
Josh McCray dots the I. Altmaier under center. In the corner, it's caught. It's touchdown, Tanner Arkin. Well, it was his drive, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. You just know you have to keep it in his hands, right? He's doing a very good job of distributing, using his legs when he has to, and they go to that beautiful power pass. We used to call it Spider 2, Y banana. Watch the tight end and his route. It looks like the shape of a banana. He goes and turns. It's not a real defined route. It's just the shape of a banana. Fake the power. A nice job by Altmaier.
basically a carbohydrate play.
You like that, Spider?
Yeah, I like that. Spider
Why
2.
banana?
Why banana? I like
So
that.
Spider is the fake power, right?
Yep.
And then the banana obviously is the shape of the rock.
Lano with the extra point. We told you at the outset, this would be the toughest out for Nebraska, who's hoping to get to Columbus in a few weeks, 7-0. They got to deal with the Illini first. We're all tied at 17. Da-da-dee, da-da-da, da-da-dee. Don't go anywhere. Fox College Football is sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network. Under a harvest moon. How beautiful a setting is this?
Wow.
Devin Gardner, Josh Sims alongside Tim Brando. You look at the ball control of this quarter. Well, really a flip-flop from what we saw in the second quarter of this game.
Yeah, Illinois has done a really nice job of mixing in the run, not having a bunch of success with the run, but keeping Nebraska's defense honest and then getting Altmaier on the edge, allowing him to use his legs and use his arm to move down the field.
This one will go through for a touchback. A reminder to start your Saturday strong. The Ohio State juggernaut makes their big noon debut against Marshall. It all starts at 10 a.m. with the best pregame party in football. Live from the old horseshoe of the banks of the old Ntangi. Special guests will include Ryan Day. Coach Prime will be live. Plus the guys will break down why the Nebraska Cornhuskers could be Ohio State's biggest Big Ten threat. And right now, it's the Illini that's Nebraska's biggest Big Ten threat. I mean, this is as close as it could get. I mean, this is been as even a played game as you could possibly hope for this early in the Big Ten season. Crossing pattern, incomplete. Again, tremendous coverage by Xavier Scott. That young man has been as impressive as we were told he would be, and he leads the team with 3 interceptions this year.
I talked about it, man-to-man coverage. This defense is sticky. When I watch the film, it's like everybody's where they're supposed to be, and there's not many receivers running free, even when it's zone defense. And you can see Xavier Scott there, he puts up the X because he'll have none of that.
Dante Dondell is in the backfield. 2nd and 10. Raiola lets it fly down the sideline. It is caught. It is there. And he has a first down all the way down to the 30 of the Illini.
A big mistake by the back end of Illinois. They're in cover 2, but I don't think everybody gets the call. You got the corner playing in the flat, and the outside is wide open. It looks like Scott is the player that would be the half player behind the defense. And a nice recognition of Dylan Raiola. If the defense makes a mistake, you have to make them pay. He makes them pay there.
44 yards on the connection. He's now 18 of 27 for 229. Under pressure, lets it fly wide open. Fedoni, Fukani, just can't. Stopped at the 1.
What a route by Fedoni. They said they wanted to get him more involved. He fakes like he's going on the over route. He's going across, and then you can see him come back in the screen to your left, and the defender was lost.
Dowdell is with him out of the shotgun, hammered right at the point of attack. He may have gained a half yard, but that is about it. Take a look at this previous play. The strength and the understanding for Raiola under pressure to let this fly, knowing he was there.
I mean, at the Elite 11, which was just last year, this kid was sharp. He was intuitive. He asks questions. How do I get it done? And he takes a shot to the arm and head and delivers a perfect pass and has his offense on the doorstep of scoring another touchdown.
And that was Matthew Bailey, who is a big-time hitter and strong safety. We've played 3. It is electric. Stay right where you are. Right here on Fox. Friday nights.
Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Working so hard like a
Saturday spring. spread sponsored by Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. May your game day be delicious. There's what's coming up. Our Saturday spread. A touchdown the Buckeyes and Marshall. Number 12 Utah against Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Big time Big 12 matchup. Baylor against Colorado in the evening. And here goes Bonner for the touchdown. Janiron Bonner reverses around for the score. And after that drone show we witnessed during the break, the Illini D was a little dizzy, and I don't blame them. More on that drone show coming a little bit later, but what a new magnificent tradition we witnessed for the first time as we started the fourth quarter.
Take a look at Janiron. He's hiding to your left there, and so the linebackers can't find him. Yep. It's a nice little pitch, and that's a touchdown pass for Dylan Raiola. Sure, and a nice job of Bonner capturing the edge right away and getting in the end zone.
That's Bonner's first, the sophomore from Ellenwood, Georgia. He had 3 catches for 26 yards in the opener. Young man that converted from fullback to wide receiver.
Don't sweat the technique.
He's loving that. Dylan's loving it before he even gets in. Oh, yeah. I know you're in, big fella. 24-17. Lots of time.
And a lot of technique as well.
Left to play. Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. We got a tour of this brand new facility.
Beautiful.
It is just magnificent.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd have to say, partner, tonight's environment and atmosphere is the only thing that topped the tour.
Oh, yeah.
That we took. Just, I think if you were eligible for recruitment now,
it'd be tough.
It'd be tough.
It'd be tough. The way they're playing, the facilities, yeah.
And Ari Wilcher is back deep. They're using him some at receiver now, too. A lot of injuries to that Illinois receiving core, and Altmaier is having quite a game, Josh Sims. I mean, quite a game.
Yeah, guys, and when we caught up with the coaching staff yesterday, they talked about Luke's leadership style, and maybe he's not the rah-rah guy, but he likes to meet with his teammates one-on-one. That's how he leads. So one other thing he does, he wears personalized t-shirts of his offensive linemen on game day. He says it's his way of showing those guys he appreciates the holes they create and protecting them, like we saw in that last drive, guys.
Yeah, you know, Chad Altmaier's the father. He said, I think he's making a mistake. In the 8th grade, he decided to give up his future as a catcher to play football. I think his dad now knows he made the right choice. Fagan's in the backfield, and he'll tote it. Boy, they just gashed the right side of that Nebraska defense. 11 yards. Isaac Gifford, the rover, comes up to make the play. He loves this defense. He's the green dot. He's the guy that sets up shop.
And we saw Tanner Arkins catch a touchdown. Watch him to the left of your screen just clear things out.
Yeah, sure did.
Tight end in the inline blocking. I mean, he's a catcher, but you can see he's a good blocker as well.
Nothing doing for Fagan this time. Trying the left side of that Illinois forward wall. Hutmaker, big Nash, 310 pounds of him. Up there to make the stop. Had a little help, too, from John Bullock. Now that is what we call a Nebraska lineman. Back in the day, when Keith Jackson was calling them big uglies. By the way, one of the great thrills for me is to go in the Keith Jackson restroom to do makeup before the game. Fagan out ahead to near midfield, past midfield, and into Nebraska territory. And another flag comes down after Marquise Buford hauls him down. That's a 16-yard gain, maybe more.
And J.C. Davis did an outstanding job, the left tackle, number 74, kicking out.
Personal foul, grasping and twisting the face mask. Defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
That's Hartzog, and that is a 31-yard net play with the 15-yard penalty.
Take a look at this offensive tackle move a guy out of the way, just eject him and create a huge hole for Fagan. And when Fagan gets into the open field, he's a big man to try to bring down. You can see reaching in right there, pulling the face mask, a clear penalty.
Khalil Valentine is back in, the freshman. The lone setback. Out of the gun, here's Altmaier. And it's Valentine. He's one of those short guys that has those quick feet that can be a mutter for you from time to time. He runs into M.J. Sherman and a gain of 4, so second down and 6.
We haven't seen this throughout the game. Illinois is having real success with the run game, and it's going to loosen up the pass.
Oh, yeah. Yes. This is just a well-conceived offensive game plan by Barry Lunny, isn't it? That's Malik Elzy on the receiving end.
You run the ball well. You run the ball well. You run the ball well. Then you start to bring those safeties down, back those corners up, and you have that free access ability to throw the ball out to Elzy.
Ball is spotted at the 14-yard line. Back and forth we go. We talked about it at halftime. Point, counterpoint. Anything you can do,
I can do.
Absolutely. Some anxious fans here in Lincoln. Nothing doing this time for Fagan. M.J. Sherman leads the charge.
M.J. Sherman said, I'm tired of it. Right? He goes underneath the tackle. A nice outside move comes underneath and makes the play in the backfield.
Oh, that's Tanner Arkin down. Boy, they've lost a lot of receivers already. Zachary Franklin. Bryant got a little banged up at one point. He's been back in there.
And that's what they've dealt with in the past.
Yep.
Right? Injury in the back end on defense, at the receiver position on offense, and you can never gain true consistency. Let's take a look. He's right there in the middle of your screen. I mean, he's engaging with a big dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he's fighting for his life. He's doing his best.
He got rolled over. Oh, he got rolled over.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's really terrible to see. We'll be right back. Fox College Football is sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. Well, the good news is for the family of Tanner Arkin, he's okay. It looked it looked bad. The way he went down trying to deal with that load that is Ty Robinson, and on top of that, he got rolled over by one of his own players. They took him to the tent, but he's up and around, and that's good news.
The black shirt's back against the wall. And this crowd is letting the offense hear it.
Fagan runs into Hutmaker again. So now you got a third down that's tough. Well, they've been perfect on the season in the red zone with the 8 touchdowns and 4 field goals, and they remain that way.
When you see Hutmaker make that kind of tackle and kind of drag him and wrestle him to the ground, you can't help but remember in high school, 166-0 in high school as a wrestler. Right, he does a nice job of dragging big old Fagan to the ground. You got an opportunity with man-to-man coverage down at the bottom of your screen. Pat Bryant.
3rd and 9.
They're giving safety help.
Altmaier sees green grass and is very close to the 5-yard line. He needed the 4, so it'll be 4th down.
And I think they're happy with that. I think that puts them in a position to go for it and try to punch this ball in the end zone. You can see them bringing in extra linemen. So you imagine that they're going to try to power their way to this first down.
If you think it's been loud a lot tonight, it's about to get louder. A lot louder. Fagan will be the setback. Malik Elzy's got man coverage at the top of your screen. Altmaier to the tight end. Just in. Big time touchdown. That is
Brandon Henderson.
Yes, Brandon Henderson, number 94, who came in for, guess who? Tanner Arkin.
The big fella. They said they would get him in to help in the blocking game as a tight end. They didn't mention he'd catch a pass.
No, he's not known for that. He's more the blocking tight end. Carson Goda, the senior from Bradenton, normally used in that capacity.
How about the footwork? Do you see him take that inside stem, get vertical, 1-2, turn right, touchdown?
By the way, he tucked that away.
Yeah.
Just how you're taught when you're getting ready to take that first photo in the high school annual.
You took that one.
Altmaier's
Big
third
man
touchdown pass tonight.
The big man.
Yeah. Move over, Fridge. You may have been one of the Bears, but in the same state of Illinois, I am the man. And we're tied at 24. Fox College Football, sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And we're here and happy to be. Take a look at this again, Devin.
Yeah, you got to love the big man and the footwork to get vertical, avoid everybody, and most importantly, make the catch. Then he protects it. Look at the vertical. Let's see him get up. Come on, big fella. You got it. Oh, my goodness. That's dangerous.
Yeah. Well, you certainly don't want to bump chests.
Oh, no.
Right?
Oh, no. But luckily, it was his other fellow linemen that were doing it, right? So it's equal there, you know?
Yeah. Another touchback on the kick.
You can see who was not in that chest bump. Altmaier. Yeah. Stay away from it, Altmaier. Don't do it. And now this kid.
I mean,
Dylan Raiola gets another opportunity.
They've just been going back and forth, these two incredible quarterbacks. And yeah, Raiola was getting the lion's share of attention coming into this game, and deservedly so.
Mm-hmm.
But Luke Altmaier has met the match.
Yeah.
And then some. First and 10 from the 25, and Dowdell again the setback. Uh-oh, looks like he was supposed to be there, and then Raiola dropped the ball. Did manage to get, that was a mix-up between he and Dowdell.
No, that's not a mix-up, Tim. That's the running back. He's avoiding the fake to go make sure he sets the edge, but he doesn't block him well. Yeah. And a nice job by Coleman getting inside for Dylan Raiola. Got to make sure you protect the ball. You can't have mistakes. You played so well. You can't be backed up in your black zone and have mistakes like that.
Well, I appreciate the correction because it looked like he was zigging while his quarterback was zagging.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 19. Raiola backed up. That pass incomplete. That's outstanding coverage. Fans don't like it, but Matthew Bailey is an outstanding safety, and he was all over Ja'Cory Barney that time. This is just textbook by number 7.
Defensive coordinator Aaron Henry could not stop talking so glowingly about him. And what have I talked about? Man-to-man coverage, they have been all over these wide receivers. You can see he has his hand on his back there, not enough to impede him and stop his progress. That's why the flag doesn't come out. Nice defense.
3rd down and 19. Extra tight end, Borkacher, number 87, has come into the game. They just want to get a little bit of yardage here and some room to work with. Let's see what Raiola has up his sleeve here. Look out, he's in trouble. Lost the ball. It's on the ground. It looks like Illinois. No, Nebraska did get it. Boy, number 77 saved the day. Gunnar Gatula.
I just
a freshman from right here in Lincoln with the recovery. Akis knocked it away.
I just talked about it. You got to have 2 hands on the ball in traffic. He's gotten really comfortable in the pocket. You want to have 2 hands there. There's no real reason. And as he tries to throw, you hit him right on time and that ball pops out. They are lucky to avoid disaster there.
They really are. Gabe Akis knocking that one away. So now Buscemi will have to punt it away on his own patio from the 3. And Hank Medee will await the kick. He's got some room. He's got some room. And Nebraska took care of that room. Outstanding coverage. 50-yard boot and an 8-yard return. Great field position, though, for Illinois in a tie game. Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 160 years. Back and forth, these two outstanding QBs go. It's just been a real privilege, Devin, for us to watch these two.
Yeah, I mean, they are putting on a show. And both of them are saying, I won't be outdone. If you get your opportunity, you make a play, well, I'll come back and I'll make a play. The young versus the old, the veteran versus the rookie. This is turned out to be everything we thought it would.
That was really the first bad series Dylan Raiola's had. Under 9 to play. Lawfery cutting it back up. Got to the edge on the stretch play. And what a beautiful move he made. Turning north and south. M.J. Sherman runs him down. That's a big-time gain to the sophomore from Gibson City, Illinois, 21 yards.
We've highlighted him time and time again. Watch him. He passes that off, and he waits, and then he collects the linebacker as well and creates a big hole.
Backside pressure. Ball is loose. Nebraska's got it. Anything you can do, we can do better. Sierra Wright knocked it free. And a giant play in this game. Nebraska comes away with the recovery.
A perfectly timed call on the corner blitz from defensive coordinator Tony White. And we don't want to just get a sack. We want the football. An outstanding job by number 15 in red, Sierra Wright.
The recovery was made by Makai Bayer. He came up with it. 42, reserve linebacker, came in to make that. Makai Bayer, number 42, with the recovery after the strip by Wright. Dowdell takes it ahead for 4. Wow. Talk about the pendulum swinging.
I mean, a perfectly timed call. And Wright was so poised and just waited just a bit and then saw his shot and he took it.
Now the defenses for both of these teams stepping up and affecting this game. Under 8 to play. Dowdell in traffic. Well, he got a lot of that on his own. Stopped at the 44-yard line, a gain of 2. Well, Holtmeyer is trying to shut that one off.
Not much he can do about it, right? You don't see him coming from your blind side. It's just a better play by the defensive play caller, Tony White.
Well, they're 7 out of 12, Nebraska, on third downs.
Which is really good.
Yep. They are coming off their most difficult series. Raiola has a man in motion, 3 receivers right. And they flood the zone, and it's caught by Ja'Cory Barney into Illini territory. Well, maybe just shy of it. I think they may mark him at the 49 of Nebraska. Yep, just shy of midfield. And Harburg has checked into the game. Heinrich Harburg has checked into the game along with Raiola. And there you see Aaron Henry looking along, the defensive coordinator for Illinois.
Tyler Strain was the guy responsible for covering him, but he could not get through the trash as he was in his man cover trying to get around.
Harburg is right behind Raiola. And he can throw it. And he will to Raiola. Look out. Crossing pattern caught by Banks. Took a little while to develop, but it certainly was well executed.
But you just love the poise, right? First, you have to make this catch. And this young quarterback, I'm sure he wants to throw a touchdown, but it's not there. So you almost check it down. Now, on a trick play, the check down is going to be 10 yards down the field. A nice job of getting it to your guy, and Banks makes another tough catch.
Heinrich Harburg, number 10, quarterback a year ago, had 7 touchdown passes, 7 INTs, but he's such a good athlete. Rule thinks he can be a pro, maybe even as a defensive back or a tight end. But he's making a contribution. Dowdell powers ahead to the 35 in the arms of Matt Bailey. Pick up a 5, second down and 5. And this thing is going to settle down now. You begin to wonder, if we have a long power running drive, how many more opportunities should Nebraska score will Illinois have? I'm sure that's dancing through Aaron Henry's head right now, the defensive coordinator for Illinois. Extra tight end in. Right up the gut to Dowdell. Well, they love that here. 7 yards. Right up the pike. They've been doing this here since Jeff Kinney was toting it for Jerry Taggy in 1971 in the game of the century. 74 yards rushing now for Dowdell.
What a nice job by that offensive line, clearing it out. Center Ben Scott and left guard Justin Evans clearing out a nice hole for the talented running back to get through.
Fans beginning to smell it with Go Big Red.
They want to quiet down other offenses on the field, though.
Great defensive play.
Yeah.
Xavier Scott's been making them all night long. Now he's got a pro future. The junior from Riviera Beach, Florida, a loss of 2.
And they trust Scott to be the force player. And there he is in the alley making sure this is a tough play to make.
Yep.
And he shoots that near hit inside out and makes a perfect tackle on the dynamic running back Dante Dowdell. Teach tape. That's teach tape on how to make an open field tackle.
Sure is. You got to know where everyone is, and he certainly does. Emmett Johnson now in at running back on 2nd and 12. The curl pattern caught by Banks. He's been a chain mover for Dylan Raiola tonight. That's a gain of 9. So they need 3 yards for the first down.
That's a really good route, and the timing is perfect because Scott is there, right? He's breaking on it, but the ball is out in such a way that he cannot stop it from being completed. Outstanding job there by Banks and Raiola.
And how about the clock management here? It's down to 3:25. They've taken 5 minutes off the clock since they got the turnover. And now, if you're Illinois, you got to be thinking, we're only going to get to touch this thing one more time. I formation. Raiola going for it all. Incomplete. That one was overthrown. Intended for Lindenmeyer. Luke Lindenmeyer. That's the 4th tight end that they'll use, the sophomore from La Vista, Nebraska.
And I'm telling you, he was not on the scouting report for Illinois, and that's why he's wide open, and Dylan Raiola is going to want that one back. A perfect design by offensive coordinator Marcus Satterfield, and you don't see this young quarterback miss throws like that. That was a big one.
Remember, no Alvano, so John Hull will try this field goal from 39 yards. And he hooked it. He hooked it. And he's hearing about it from Xavier Scott. Matt Rule saw it, and he wants a flag. 2:59 remaining. Not having their normal kicker, who had been perfect on PATs, had a career long of 55. Alvano unable to go. Just found this out today, by the way.
Of course, you should make the kick, but you got to get those laces out, right? Kickers are mental creatures, right? They want to make sure that everything is exactly how it should be. The laces are not completely turned, and you have to think that affected him as he tries to make that kick.
Yeah, and Buscemi was the holder who handles the punting chores. So Illinois gets the ball. Plenty of time. 2 timeouts remaining. Altmaier goes to work after a turnover. McCray. Well, if you can get 7-8 yards on first down, that is a win. Deshaun Singleton with the tackle. So it's 2nd down and a yard to go.
Nebraska's going to that cover 4 defense where you can allow those safeties to come down in the box and help out in the run game.
Great penetration again by Bullock. Stopped him shy of the first down, it would appear. Only needed 1. I don't think he got a thing. It's still 1. 2-minute timeout is coming up. They may want to think about this. Looks like they're going to wait, take the free timeout.
I think you for sure got to go talk about it and get your best play to get 1 yard and continue this drive.
So, the Friday night concept on Fox. I think it's working out pretty well, don't you?
Decent.
Send a memo to Michael Mulvihill. He authored Big Noon. I think Friday Night Lights is working too.
All right.
There are the 2 coaches with so much at stake and key plays. Really, when you think about it, 10 points left out there. The touchdown that could have been that wasn't. Ruled an interception. Torrey Cook making the play. And this missed field goal. And Hull had made a 21-yarder. 3 points From 39 yards, you think about that now, that was the only field goal he had ever made. So he's 1 of 2 in his career as a field goal kicker with no Olano available for place kicking. And there you see the story. Games decided by 8 or fewer since 23. Nebraska had a lot of close losses a year ago, and you know about the unfortunate years under Scott Frost, the prodigal son. They lost so many one-score games. Josh McCray gets out ahead to the 38-yard line, and they can move now the ball with the understanding that they've got timeouts remaining and get themselves in position to score with no time left on the clock. And that is Deshaun Singleton on the field, the strong safety that is so good.
Illinois.
Yeah, he's been down in the box making a lot of plays, and you see him, he's down in the box again trying to make a play. That is a big loss. He's a guy that's in the back end helping to adjust, helping in the run game. He's kind of Mr. Do-It-All for them back there.
You know, he only played 5 games in 2023 before season-ending injuries. And we touched on the plight of Illinois as well. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Gets up and is going to be assisted a bit, but under most of his own power, he makes it back. But this Illinois team was a mash unit. You know, on the opposite side, Bielema said to us we had some walk-ons in our running back room when we last played Nebraska about this time of the season a year ago. And we feel pretty good about our running back room right now. Sharp contrast from 23 to 24 for Illinois. Zachary Franklin is back in. He and Dixon line up on the same side of the field. McCray is the setback. It opens up wide for him, doesn't it? Well, that's a beautiful call against that coverage. Just shy of the 45 at the 44-yard line. That's a big, big hole.
A perfectly timed call by offensive coordinator Barry Lunny. Watch number 48. He's on a blitz, and he blitzes himself right out of the hole. And number 56 in red, Stephon Thompson, isn't quick enough to respond. And when you allow McCray to get ahead of steam, he's going to pick up some yardage.
Now, Tony White told us when we met with him, the defensive coordinator for Coach Rule, he said, we must adjust quickly to them and understand that they can go from running it to playing pitch and catch with some really good receivers, and we have seen a tremendous dose of all of that from Illinois offensively.
They've done a really good job, but let's just think about this game for a second. Earlier in the game, Nebraska took a chance on a challenge.
Yep.
A challenge that I thought was clear that you shouldn't challenge. They used it, so they're missing one timeout. So they take one there, and they only have one timeout remaining with just 1:34 on the clock in Illinois driving.
Great point. 2nd and 4. Pressure right up the middle. Altmaier reads it. Quick out pattern for a first down. Pat Bryant, his favorite target, along with Franklin. Those two guys have been very effective. Getting close to those touches Lunny wanted.
This is what you call free access, right? Retreating defensive back, get an out route, throw it, and a completion for a first down.
Well, now they can really control the destiny of the outcome of regulation.
They did do a favor to Nebraska by going out of bounds.
Oh, what a hit. And a great reaction to that hit by McCray. He was pounded by the big fella. Hutmaker, Leonard also over there, number 11, with tremendous penetration.
Watch him off the edge just come and smack right there.
Oh, man.
Just stopped McCray. But how about the power of McCray to continue to try to move forward? Wow.
And then the Hutmaker comes over to help him. Looks as though we may have a timeout. Let's see. I'm not sure what happened here. We do have a stoppage of play. Maybe it was an injury. The crowd wants to know, and so do we. Looks like maybe they're getting a free timeout.
The injury was the reason the clock stopped. Nebraska declined the 10-second runoff.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the explanation, Greg
As they
Bloom.
should.
Yeah. It's all we needed.
Yeah, there's no way Nebraska's going to take a 10-second runoff there. They want to preserve as much time as possible.
Second and 9. That's Beatty in motion. He gets into the slot left at the top of your screen. Altmaier running out of time. He gets it past the 48-yard line. M.J. Sherman wraps him up, number 48.
That is so good by M.J. Sherman. Just taking on a block, fighting for his life, and making sure he disengages and gets to Altmaier.
This play right here might determine whether we finish this thing on time or we may play an extra session. 7 for 12 on third downs, Illinois. And a timeout will be taken, this one by the Cornhuskers.
Third and final team charge timeout, Nebraska. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 45 seconds, 4-5.
That's an interesting timeout call. They're putting a lot on the line, but really the game on the line with that timeout call.
This is a time where, you know, you get this timeout. Now you allow a veteran quarterback, Luke Altmaier, to go to the sideline, and Barry Lunny says, what do you like?
Yeah.
Right? What are you seeing? What do you like? What's your favorite play right now to get the yardage that you need, which is 9 yards? That's tough, right? Because the clock is running down. I want to just let it run down and allow him to play it out on the field. I don't want him to have a conversation with his offensive coordinator and get the play that he wants.
Here's our Friday night spotlight, sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. Altmaier has been the goods.
Yeah.
Wow, what a night. 20 of 25, 211, 3 touchdowns. So you got a Raiola. We'll find a big fourth-string tight end named Brandon Henderson, and we'll raise you a Luke Altmaier. 3rd and 9. Altmaier is flushed. He needs some help. No one there to give it. Tanner Arkin was the intended receiver. He was hoping someone would come back, and they didn't. And he's slow getting up, but I think he's going to be all right.
Oh, how about Jamari Butler? Jamari Butler makes sure that Altmaier can't see a wide open Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant disengages, and he's wide open, but he can't see him because of the pressure of Jamari Butler in his face. Outstanding job by the defensive lineman.
Number 1, the defensive end from Mobile, Alabama, Jamari Butler. Robertson will punt it away. Garcia, Castaneda. Oh, what a bounce. Oh, you talk about a Callaway Mac Daddy. Oh, baby, bring that baby in at the Blue Monster. Suck it back to the pin. That was a 42-yard boot from the heavens.
I'm assuming that's a golf reference.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
If you can stop it and put it on a string like that.
Can you do that, OTB?
No, but I can hit a green from that yardage.
There you go.
Yeah,
that is
that
nice.
is remarkable. You got to have some great
control,
swing speed, and control. You got to do that, and that's with your foot as well as with your swing in that other sport. Well, the Aussie did his job. So now we're looking at 26 ticks and probably overtime. Yeah. Looks like they're going to take a knee and go to overtime.
Has this lived up to what we thought it would be, or what?
Well, at this rate, partner, I might just hang out for a little while and wait for my pickup at 3 in the morning to head to Omaha and to my next assignment for Fox. This has been a whale of a game.
I love it.
I mean, fantastic.
I mean, these two, we can't say enough about these two quarterbacks. And the one on your screen, the young guy, Dylan Raiola, has been exceptional. Had a few mistakes in a couple drives ago. 2 fumbles, didn't have to pay for them. The interception, I won't even give that to him because that's just an amazing defensive play. These two quarterbacks have lived up to the billing.
They have. Think about how close this game has been. Scott Alexander, our content coordinator, master statistician, gives this to me. Nebraska, 372 yards. Illinois, 356. Time of possession, 29-39 for Nebraska. 30-29, just 1 minute separating the two in possession. First downs, Illinois has 24, Nebraska 20.
That's crazy.
I mean,
about as evenly matched as you could imagine, right?
Yeah. And I think from the Nebraska point of view, you're thinking about the points you left out there.
Oh, yeah.
Not only because of the missed field goal. And by the way, it is a backup kicker. It's not a guy that's kicked any field goals to speak of in his career.
Yeah.
He gets 1 out of 2, but it's the touchdown that turned into an interception, I'm sure, that's going to weigh in the minds of so many fans at the end of this game. They'll be talking about it all week. Here's the overtime story. Coin toss selects possession. What side of the field each team gets a possession.
All right, captains will start overtime or extra periods with a coin flip. Illinois make the choice of heads or tails. That's a head, that's a tail. Your choice is tails is called. Tails is called. It is a head. Nebraska offense. All right, Nebraska on defense. Which end of the goal? Which end of the field you want to play on? Nebraska will start on defense. Illinois on offense will start on this end of the field.
So they'll go to the north end. And
away from that student section.
Yeah. It has been a Steely Dan kind of game, has it not? Stay right where you are, right here on Fox, Friday night. So we start overtime. And it was loud during regulation. It's going to be even higher decibels in this half. If it comes down to a long boot, it may be advantage Illinois. They've got 2 guys that can kick it from 55. But these 2 quarterbacks want to get it in for 6. Fagan, it breaks wide open for him. Fagan, he stepped out inside the 5 at the 4. Sierra Wright gave him a slight shove. 21 yards on first down. And again, a play call that Barry Lunny, it's just another one of many great calls of his.
Yeah, Nebraska's done such a good job on the edge with their linebackers scraping over the top, but they just weren't able to get there on that play. That's close. I don't know if his heel actually hit the white.
Yeah, it did. I actually thought he might have stepped out at the 6 rather than the 4. Fagan stays in the backfield, dotting the I. Play fake for the corner. It's Bryant. It's touchdown. Barry Lunny's play calling tonight, Devin, has been extraordinary. And Altmaier has executed to perfection.
There goes that spider pass again. Remember that from earlier.
Banana?
They give a different action, right? They don't go banana.
They
but
didn't go banana.
Sneak Bryant into the flat as a fullback, right? Fake the power. He sneaks into the flat, avoids the defender, and he's wide open. And I love the throw from Altmaier. Make it nice and easy for him. A nice little layup for a touchdown.
Olano with the extra point. And they're all important. They go to a 2-point conversion, as you know, soon in today's overtime rules. Kick the extra point in the first overtime period. How about Bryant coming right back in there? Zachary Franklin doing the same thing. This thing broke wide open for Fagan.
Yeah, Robinson is the defensive end. He goes inside, and linebackers and safeties aren't able to get around. That big guy has got real speed. He's been clocked at 21 miles per hour, right? So when he gets on the edge, he can go. And then the perfectly timed call yet again by offensive coordinator Barry Lunny Jr.
3 different times, Bryant's gone over the 100-yard mark in a game in his career. What a coming out party for the Starkville, Mississippi native and Ole Miss transfer, Luke Altmaier. And here's a marker with procedure.
Not a good start.
False start for Nebraska.
It's going to be on the left tackle, looks like. Number 77.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is Gunnar Gatula.
And remember, he's a backup, and he's in for the injured Corcoran.
Yep. Turner Corcoran was injured earlier in the game, you may recall.
I'm really interested to see what Illinois' defense does now, because I was thinking before that penalty, stay man-to-man, because they've done such a good job. And zone is really when Dylan Raiola has had his big plays.
Yeah, and he really has to protect the ball, too. He's gotten a little loose with it sometimes back there.
They go to zone.
In trouble and down way back at the 42-yard line. Tremendous pressure from Alec Bryant, the outside linebacker. He is a tremendous pass rush threat. Loss of 9.
They haven't shown this twist much, but it's in their package. Take a look at the left of your screen. He goes up the field and then underneath, nice and tight, and Dylan Raiola doesn't even have a chance. A nice job and a nice call by defensive coordinator Aaron Henry.
A stunned crowd here at Memorial Stadium. And Raiola looking at 2nd and 24. He's in real trouble and down. Dennis Briggs, he's all the way back to his 41-yard line when he unloaded that. And I think he may have been down when he threw it.
Just trying to make a play. It looks like his knee does hit the ground.
Yep.
The ball's still in his hand. Yep. That is a huge loss. Wow.
Grounding. And that's
Out of the pass, lost down. 4th down.
They should review this and get it right, and they'll get that down back, and it'll still be...
Correction, 3rd down.
Yeah. It's not grounding. I mean, the harm is done, though.
Right, the harm is done.
Huge loss, but it's not grounding. He is down before the ball comes out.
Exactly. But what a difficult spot to be in now as a freshman.
That's tough. The one thing for Illinois you cannot do, get one of those penalties that'll create an automatic 1st down situation, right? Pass interference down the field, hands to the face, different things like that.
The line to make is all the way down at the Illini 15. Raiola in trouble again. He evades tacklers and dumps it off underneath to Banks. And Jamal Banks is knocked out. Oh, the flag comes down too. Thought I saw a flag fly. May have been a hat. Let's see. Nope, it was not a flag. I thought a flag was flying at the 45, but it did not. That was a hat that flew in the air. There's the hit. Comes out. That was
That should have been a flag.
Should have been.
Should have been a flag.
It should have been a flag.
And that's the one thing I'm talking about. That's going to give an automatic 1st down if they throw that flag. And it wasn't a super hard hit, but you just don't want to do it when you have him out of bounds already.
I definitely saw something fly. I think it might have been a flag from a very unhappy assistant coach. Now it's the ball game. Blitz right up the gut. Raiola's down. Illinois pulls it off. A huge upset. Dylan Rosiak, the Mike linebacker, shoots through to make the stop. And this team that was an 8.5-point favorite earlier in the week goes down to an Illinois team that just played as hard and as well as you could possibly play. And you could argue has one of the biggest road victories, Devin, in college football so far.
Yeah, they got 2 ranked wins as well, right? Kansas earlier this season, and now a ranked win on the road against a really, really good Nebraska Cornhusker football club. Let's take a look at Dylan Rosiak, and this is a big mistake by the offensive line. He goes unevaded at their freshman quarterback. Nobody accounts for him. He's just running straight. I mean, never even stops stride. And Dylan does everything he can, but there's nothing he can do. What a finish, and a great job by Illinois offensively and defensively. Getting it done, right? We talked to Mater earlier in the day, get her done. And he wanted Nebraska to get it done, but Illinois was the team tonight that proved they deserved to win this game.
Yet another example of Nebraska being oh so close to getting that big win that their fan base has been waiting so much for.
I think they'll be fine, though.
I do too.
Fine.
But what a win for Altmaier and this Illinois team. We'll be back with more from Lincoln. Stay right where you are. After an amazing Friday night appetizer, don't forget Big Noon Saturday is live from the old Horseshoe, the banks of the old Intenji, Columbus, Ohio. All the guys, Rob Stone, the entire ensemble of talent gets you started. Then Gus, Joel, and Jenny will have the game. We are Marshall. The Thundering Herd goes in to take on the mighty Buckeyes. And frankly, that's a matchup that we're really looking forward to watching. But tonight we got all we wanted and then some. The touchdown, beautiful pass to Bryant. Then the defense took over with major sacks. And you're staring at 3rd and 29 because Aaron Henry, your defensive coordinator, that you originally gave a job working in the fields of Arkansas, cutting some grass for I think it was maybe $6,000 to hold on to him so he wouldn't take a job as team chaplain with Coach Doran, who had him at Wisconsin when they were playing for Brett, when he was playing for Brett back at Wisconsin. What an incredible story that defense and everything that Coach Henry has gone through personally on top of that. Altmaier was incredible. Both quarterbacks lived up to the billing, but that defense, Devin, is what won the game in OT.
Yeah, they absolutely finished it, and you got to give so much credit to defensive coordinator Aaron Henry because he had some things in his back pocket that he didn't use all game. He didn't show a stunt all game, a twist all game, and then he brought it out in overtime right when they needed it, pushed them way out of position to go get a first down, and so impressed, especially what he's gone through with his sister, losing his sister. I mean, unbelievable performance by Altmaier for sure, Dylan Raiola, but Aaron Henry is the real MVP of this game.
Very special man. I asked him one single question, and he gave me about a 10-minute answer that was remarkable. A man of great faith, a godly man, really. And his defense was superb late.
Yes, they were.
And Josh is with Brett Bielema, who means so much to Aaron Henry. Josh?
Well, Coach, a year ago at home, you dropped that game to Nebraska. You come here, you flip the script in overtime this year. What was different?
Well, we don't want to live in the past. We want to live in the future, right? And obviously a great atmosphere tonight. A lot of credit to Nebraska. I know they've done a really good job, but these guys keep chopping wood, keep fighting to get it in overtime, to play the way they did. Our defense rise up and kind of put the pressure on that cue. It was really nice to see things play out.
You guys told us yesterday that Luke is a different quarterback than he was a year ago. What did you see out of him tonight?
Well, just the ability to respond, right? Like to have that play down there in the end zone to wrap up a wide open guy. He's a guy that's fought his whole way through. The guys believe in him. Can't say enough about this coaching staff. Really excited. We'll take ourselves back to Champaign, enjoy this one, and we got a big one again against Penn State.
Congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Champaign is an appropriate name for a town to visit and call home after a win like this. And I know Altmaier is being run down by Josh now, but you could see that emotion, that real emotion for Brett Bielema. And this staff, I mean, he had a head coach that's now at Purdue that was with him, and Henry knew that there might be an opportunity for him if he was steadfast, and he got that opportunity, and I think he'll be a head coach one day.
Yeah, I think he will, but more on Altmaier, man. He was special. And remember, I went into the meeting, I said, guys, maybe I'm wrong here, but it looks like a different quarterback to me, and they concur with that assessment that he has been a different quarterback on every level, maturity-wise, as far as his leadership and everything you want to see, and he put all his skills on the football field on full display tonight.
Somewhere in Mississippi, Lane Kiffin is saying, yeah, he was in my quarterback room once.
Yeah, it's all my fault. It's all me.
Let's go down. Lucas with Josh.
Big win for you guys in overtime. What was the difference for you out there tonight?
Just the brotherhood, man. This team is, so tightly knit. Starting up front, starting with the defense. I mean, just everywhere you look, man, it's so tight, such a brotherhood, and we're just looking forward to keep climbing, put it on our O-linemen's back, and they finished the job for us. So thankful for the win, and it's an awesome feeling.
How about that touchdown to the big fella, Brandon Henderson? Walk me through that play and the celebration for the big guy after.
It's hard to talk about, dude. That's just such a special moment for him. And, he's done so well just throughout, the whole year, playing so many different positions. And he's going to be a special player for us. And, glad we could punch another one in there.
Congrats on the win, Luke.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I really believe that opportunity he got in the Sugar Bowl because of an injury to starting quarterback, and he had to play the bulk of that game. That was a big moment and a huge stage, probably the biggest until tonight.
And when you have number 22 versus number 24, that's exactly what it should look like. Outstanding game and an amazing night.
We don't know where we're going to be next week, but it's going to have to be really, really good after the 2 Friday nights that you and I have had, partner.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, he came in for Matt Corral, Luke Altmaier did, in that Sugar Bowl game. And until tonight, that was his biggest moment. But now he's in the Big Ten. And with the help of a stingy defense in overtime, Dylan Raiola, who was the star of stars, will have to wait for another day at home to be the hero in Lincoln. That's our final. Enjoy Saturday. We'll see you next week.